Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night stream for Tuesday. It's Tuesday night. Let's get started. We're going to say, let's see, probably new lightning break. We're going to say new pack split. We're going to say new Marvel gym break. Marvel gym break. And we're going to say hot Naruto box break. We got a lot of things. Let's hit copy on that. Let's see. We're going to jump over here to the feed. We're going to try and clear our throats at here. We're going live for Tuesday night. All right. Already coughing, already clearing my throat. I was coughing pretty fierce today. Later on, not at the the daytime stream, I didn't cough too much at all, actually. Okay, we're going to delete this. We're going to remove this. So let's get the let's get this open, and then let's go ahead and grab the website. The website, which is very popular to use for making purchases now. Let's save on that. We'll pin that. Okay, good. So the website's up. Let's turn on the iPad. Welcome, guys, to the late night stream for for Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday morning, guys. We're almost on time. We're about 20 minutes late. You are. Be surprised how fast the time moves, man. 1 second I'm prepping for the stream. The next second we're like 20 minutes in. Mister, I was about to sleep. What? Would you ever sell off your whole collection? What? Yeah, I wouldn't mind selling off my whole collection, but maybe not from Missouri. You know what I mean? Maybe I'd sell off my whole collection from a state like Tennessee or something like that. And then when I do that, I get to keep an extra 5%, which adds up. All right. So that is the subject we've been talking about a lot. In fact, today I spent pretty much my entire off time researching places to move. That's all I did. I did nothing else. So I really just worked on one thing today: where to move. I was doing research. All right. Endless amounts of research. Hundreds must research. We'll close this. We'll close this. We'll close this. I found out that there's a Kansas City Collecticon, which I don't think is really worth going to. I've been to Kansas City Collecticon twice now. It's always the same thing. You go there, there's overpriced cards. You pay like $50 to get in. It's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Guess it gives you a reason to walk around. That's healthy, right? Walking. Hey, I'm walking here. All right. Looks like we're good. Let me click on this. David Moraes 5 hours ago, 2 Goosebumps pack, 3 Chump pack, 1 Merlin pack, 1 Trade Slab spots. Did we do this already? Did we already do this? Let me see. Oh, okay. So maybe we didn't do that one. All right. So there's a new gym break. This is a gym break. It's for a whole box of Marvel. That's a gym break. You guys know gym breaks. They're just a bit of fun. I'll leave it to the side here. Naruto box break. There's 2 people in here. All right. Pretty good. It's a good start. The trade break for Bowser. So there's Pat Gibbs. I don't think David Moraes is in here. So let's see. No, there's one back there, though. Ooh, did he already get his order served? I didn't watch Obsession yet. I'm still stuck inside the back rooms. Yo, made it even though I'm in the shower. What if you change your IP to make it say you're in Vegas? No. We can't be doing that. That's lying. 2 Goosebumps, 3 Trump packs. Okay, let me look up David Morris. Let me see what his last 2 orders were. That's what we're going to do. Spooky, says Mr. Isaac. Whoa, that's spooky. You know what else is spooky? Insurance rates and mortgages and having to pay taxes. That's spooky. It spooks me a lot. All right. I was just listening to a clip and they were talking about home sales rates have risen in May. So that's good. All right. We're jumping over here. I spent a little bit of money today on Pokemons. David. All right. We're searching David. So David had an order $5 for a trade slab, 1 Ninja Turtles collection, 3 Trump packs. All right. So this was a second David Morey's order. He needed 2 Goosebumps packs, 3 Trump packs, 3 Merlin 1 packs and 1 trade slab pack. Really? Yeah. Okay, you got it. So 3 Trump packs. He's not here, I assume, but he might watch this on the replay. I think he probably knows how to do that, right? So let's see if he pulls a nice Trump card. Yeah, we are. In the news today, Iran shot down a helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz. The pilots survived, actually. So the pilots lived. And then I guess we did like a retaliatory shot at Iran. I'm not sure. And then apparently Trump's just like still confident we're going to get like a peace agreement with them or some kind of deal. I don't know. It seems pretty weird. I don't feel that way. I don't think they like us, and I think it's a religious movement. I don't think you're going to get some sort of excellent deal. I don't know. He wants out though. That's for sure. Trump wants out. 3 Merlin 1 packs, 1 trade slab spot. He wants out of that conflict. All right, David. Okay. Right. Trump is dumb. Well, I think that Iran is just a religious regime, and they're not going to listen to a great business deal. They're not going to go, oh, this is a great business deal. They're going to go, our God says you have to die. Death to the West, the decadent West. All right, 6 and 9, very good. Trump turned into Sleepy Joe. No, yeah, he was like sleeping at the. Look, I got a purplish thumb because I was eating a cherry. You guys like those big Bing cherries? Ooh, those are good. All right, nationally, home price average is up to 415,000. Yeah, and interest rates are down to 6.37 or something like that. All right, how do I normally open these, from the front or the back? I can't remember. I think from the back. Yeah, the back. Cool. David Moraes. So we got a little Pippichu. Here's a little Dragonair. Here's a little Primeape. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Tuesday nighttime stream, guys. We just got started. Fresh stream. We're going to make some Pokemon dreams come true. Today, maybe some Marvel dreams will come true. We've got a gym break for a box of Marvel, $30 per spot. That's new. We just started that tonight. We also have brand new Topps Goosebump packs because someone asked for them. Those darned Iranians shooting down our military that are over there, killing them. Such hostile people. Here's Venusaur. Charmeleon. Look at that Charmeleon. All right, lovely Charmeleon. Put this here. And here's Venusaur. Ooh. Oh. All right, let's toss this over here. And we'll grab this. Good. And we'll peel this guy out. Here's Kabuto. Here's Wheezing. Here's Rapidash, Golbat, Slowbro, and Venomoth. What? Venomoth? Mister, what toilet paper do you buy? Ooh, that's a great question. I buy Walmart brand toilet paper. I buy the cheap stuff because I'm cheap. There it is. There we go. All right, very good. What's one product you always buy from the grocery store? Eggs. Yeah, virtually all the time we get eggs. So eggs is like a staple food for us. Ooh, Venusaur. Ooh, Charmeleon. Charmeleon's good. Charmeleon's a good pull. Set that over there. All right. Angel Soft all the way. Nothing but the finest for Mr. Catnip's soft booty cheeks. Snip of this and snip of these. All right, those are the vintage Goosebumps packs. Those are $10.50. Give them a try. What are Eeks? You know, Eeks. No wonder Mr. is so triggered all the time. He'd be using Walmart brand toilet paper. I know it makes me angry, makes me cranky. Urgh. Urgh. We got Playboy. We got Playboy. We got Playboy. We got Playboy. Ah, man, I can't stand looking at these hot women. It's making me angry. Grr. Okay, here's. I tried a bidet for the first time. Not today. Did I say today? I tried a bidet. Oh, it sounded like today. Bidet and today's rhyme. But I tried it a little while back, and I thought it was terrible. Not a fan. It is. Honestly, it's just like splashing your cheeks with water, right? Splashing your hole with water. And I can't imagine how dirty that gets, you know? We are. All right. Kick the cough yet? No. If you're using Walmart toilet paper, might as well get a bidet. Nah, bruh. All right, here's Playboy. Here's some Playboy. Maybe there are people out there who are like bidet experts. I don't know. Ooh, a bidet, ew. There you go. Tammy, if I come over to your place, can I use the bidet? All right, Goosebumps. This is for David Moraes. I've been told there's hollows in this set. We haven't pulled any. Ooh, gross. What is this? Okay. All right. Any hollows? No? Okay. I don't have one installed though. Tammy. Well, now I'm not coming over. You ain't got a bidet? That's like standard. Did you use Walmart bidet? I use Walmart bidets. It's Walmart bidets are made cheaper, but you get the same quality. All right, here's the Mummy Man. Here's the Goblin. Here's whatever's happening here. The Goosebump cards look cooler on the back actually than the front. Because sadly, the front of the cards, oh, that's so cool, that little 3D effect. The front of the cards do not show off the book that they're from, but you turn it around. Ah, see the book? Now that's familiar. All these cards should have just been a picture of the book, to be honest, right? Terrifying trivia. There's the backyard cookout. Look at that. See, that's cool, man. They should have just had the book covers be the front of the card. The Haunted Mask, classic. The Haunted Mask. I mean, that's such a really memorable one. That's why everything seems expensive in no tax cities. I think eggs is $6 in Vegas. They're $3 in Texas with 8.250% tax. So tax is kind of integrated in almost every product at a higher percentage. Nevada, they collect state income through tourism. So that's what they do. So they're the gambling state and they make money from gambling. That's how they're making their money. And their tax burden otherwise is not that high. Like, for example, here in Missouri, taxes are about 8% over here, too. Texas is collecting money from 2% taxes on real estate. So, that's actually really expensive, especially if you want a nice house. So, if you want to live in a little small, crappy house, not going to bother you. 2% is not going to be a big deal. But if you live in a big $1 million house, yeah, 2% taxes is a lot for property taxes. And so that's how Texas gets its taxes. It has a property tax. So it's pretty much an income tax. Florida, on the other hand, is also tourism, very similar to Nevada. So look at these two states, Nevada and Florida. They've pulled off no tax rate because they've got heavy tourism. It's a trick. See, they've pulled off a neat trick. And then Texas really does have an income tax. It's called, you got to pay huge amounts of property taxes. So it's interesting how the states work because it sounds like you're wondering, like, okay, well, how do they afford this? Well, they do have tricks. All right, here we are. Nevada can be really expensive because you're competing with California buyers. So people from California go to Nevada to escape, taxation or some other thing like that. But they still want to live near California, so they buy a house in the next state over. Yeah. What about Missouri? How are they getting their money? Income tax, which they want to phase out, and so they're going to raise consumption tax, presumably. So presumably, some combination of they're gonna they're gonna lower the amount of money that the government spends. They're going to raise consumption taxes, and they're going to start new consumption taxes on things that previously weren't taxed. That's most likely it. So it's a trade off. For a high income earner, it's a very good trade off because I don't consume as much as I earn. I really earn a lot of money. So if I'm earning X amount of dollars, but I'm only consuming 20 bucks, well, then a consumption tax doesn't bother me at all. I go ahead, raise the consumption tax because I'll go pay an extra $100 of consumption tax and save, $10,000 in income tax. It's a great trade off. But people get really mad about that. They go, hey, all right. You rich bastards have to pay. All right, here's Team Rocket Grunt. Hello, Mr. In the morning stream. You ended it really quickly after my shuffle poll got busy at work training the new guy. Can I please re-roll it? Yes, you can. Is Team Rocket Grunt here? We're going to re-roll it. Beautiful Team Rocket's Tyranitar. Big fan of this card. I don't have a big day because it's like something we will get eventually. What? There you go. All right. We can start a bidet club where everyone gets a bidet and you're all part of, we get like special rings and we talk about our favorite bidet brands and, you know, and our favorite way to wipe after using the bidet. It'll be really cool. It'll be like the bidet club. All right. Team Rocket Tyranitar going back in. Mister, I sent for my Pokemon coin slab and I haven't seen tracking through PayPal. Any way I can track it down? Any tracking through PayPal? No, there would be no tracking through PayPal. Tracking would be with USPS. Now, the packages just got picked up today. So the packages are all on their way. As you know, we ship 2 days, Monday and Friday. Well, Friday, there was no shipping. We didn't do shipping because I was out of town, okay? So we just did the shipping on Monday and it got picked up on Tuesday. That means if you ordered shipping, let's say last week, Monday night, it's just finally now going out Tuesday morning. So it's a long wait, unfortunately, but it's just kind of how it played out. I don't remember when you ordered shipping, but it feels like it was a little while ago. All right, but you should check your email for an email from stamps.com. That's the tracking email from stamps.com. All right, wait, let's get this guy back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bidets are clutch. I have one at my parents' place, so I know how it like. What? Little splishy splash. No worries, mister. I'll just wait for my email. I should have a label, right? Yeah, you should. Well, you should already have the email. You should have the email now. Here you are. Check for stamps.com email. Here you are. It would have gone to probably your PayPal email. So whatever email you used for PayPal, that's probably what I used. All right. It's going to say Team Rocket Tyranitar 05 T10. Okay. It's Six. Six is here. She says, "What's up?" Hey, what's up, Six? All right. Six, we were just talking bidets. What's your favorite brand? Do you like it on full power or low power? And do you like a wide spray or more like a concentrated spray? Yeah. Okay. So your reroll is for 55, which is 11. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There it is, 11. Yeah, mister, I don't see a stamp's email. All right. I would just go look it up for you. It is. There should be an email. 2 waifu shuffles. All right, he's getting 2 waifu shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8. So that goes back in for 8. It's not re-rollable. Now, it's not over for you, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt. Hopefully you pull a big chase card out of the waifu shuffles. That's one of those things you can pull out of there. Ready? The waifu shuffle card. 3, 1, 2. Ready? Ta-da! 2 cold ones. Oh, man, that's rough, guys. All right, no luck, man. Damn. Team Rocket Grunt loves his rerolls, but I thought that the Team Rocket Tyranitar was a pretty solid card. We have a new gym break going on. It's this guy right here. All right, I'm going into history. I replaced water for hot sauce in my bidet. Ew. Looks like it's so strong it squeaks. Oh no. Here's we're gonna remove this and then we're going to say Mr. Miguel. Ooh, it's the 10th. I have to pay Mr. Mike's side. All right, it says here it's in transit. Yep, we sent it out. You should have a tracking number. Yep, and it says it's pretty close to you too, actually. So that means it was shipped out a while ago and it's just now getting closer. That's interesting. That's some slow shipping. I don't know why it was so slow for you. And I do have your email, so you should have received an email. You have to check your spam folder, your junk folder. I have your email starts with an X. Okay. All right. The free is only Poke Shuffle. When I was watching Obsession, I thought, dang, what if Louis had one wish? Willow, he would definitely use it on 6. Thanks, Mr. Sorry to slow the stream down on my PayPal. Hi, guys. All right, so jumping back over here. What do we got going on in our stream right now? We just finished Team Rocket Grunt. He just re-rolled the Daddy Tyranitar. And now it's up to me to make the stream fun. Bowser's got 3 spots left, by the way, guys. Here's Mega Frostlass. And I think Mega Frostlass is about to go into the Poke Shuffles. So 75 is 15. This means this is 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There it is, 17 Mega Frostlass. Good card. Okay. We're going to say number 224 Frostlass T10. Frostlass is a big one. $85 card. Cool. Okay. Okay. Here's Alakazam. Here's some gold ones. We got this Ponyta. That's a 9. We got to pick out a new card, new booster pack. Galarian Rapidash. It's an alt art. It's kind of a cool 9. Let's get it in there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, that's 18 for Galarian Rapidash. Galarian Rapidash. Oh, we got 3 likes, guys. Wow, we have 3 likes. We're 20 minutes in with 3 likes. Smash that like button. That's very bad. That's a very low number. 168. Galarian Rapidash. All right, and it's going to say T9. Okay. Very good. 3 likes. That's pretty low. Tossing this in here. All right. What do we got? Mister, you ever thought of sharing a podcast or like a weekly discussion live? You're entertaining when you speak on subjects. No. We are. Yeah, it's an interesting thought though, because I don't think people who want to open Pokemon cards always want to talk about like what's going on in the news. Sometimes I talk about what's going on in the news. I have my own perspective on things, but yeah, I just like Pokemon cards a little more. It's always going to be that way. All right, what we got? What do we got? We got a Fates Collide. Mister is an intellectual. Yes. Yes, we talk about, what's better, tummies or legs or shoulders. We are. Or long necks. There's Fates Collide. Intellectual. Very smart. I've been told I'm very smart. Here's Fates Collide. It's going to remain at 12, 10, and 10. All right. So that's going to be Fates Collide. Pack break. New pack break. Fates Collide has begun. This is kind of like a podcast. It is kind of like a podcast, but this is like a podcast with 43 people watching and 6 likes. I can't do giveaways if we got 6 likes, guys. That's just low. It is. That's a low number. Let's see. We gotta get those likes up, man. What do we got here? We got mm, hmm, 1, 2. How about this quillfish, maybe? Okay, I like this quillfish. So it says here we had the quillfish for sale for 160. Is that still accurate? Let me just see. Turn this down. All right. We're going to check out what we paid for the quillfish. Now, this is a nice vintage 10. Oh, you know what? We're, we're not going to do the quillfish. You know why? I'll tell you why. Actually, the quillfish could go into the live customs. That'd be cool, right? Let's get him in there. But he's not good for the lightning break because we've already got Ghastly running. And Ghastly's already in the first edition card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have him be a 6. So we'll actually reduce the price of quillfish down to 150. Mr. Icy, I was looking for an email from you on PayPal, not Stamps. Yeah, it's got to be from Stamps. Exactly. Stamps.com. 49. And now you know how to check your tracking. So that'll be useful for you in the next time. P10. Okay. I just raised your like count from 6 to 7 like. Oh, Mr. I see. Oh, I see. Okay, we'll put this here. Wow, look at us. We're killing it, guys. We're doing so good. We got 9 whole likes. We're killing it. Here we are. Here we are. Ah, Leonhardt wished he got views like this. Here we are. All right, very good. Willfish is going in to the live customs. He's going in for 150 though. All right. Oops. He's a nice vintage card. What do we have for the next slab? Maybe the next one. I do like Radiant Charizard. I do like this Dark Gyarados too. I think both of these are really good quality. I like this Rainbow Snorlax too. Funny enough, none of those have performed well as breaks. None of those have performed well as breaks. I don't know why. I like them. You guys don't like them, so I'll just keep buying them. Look, I got 2 more of these Radiant Charizards. Pokemon Go, Radiant Charizard. Look at these. I'm a fan. I like them. He's shiny. Look at him. See how he's the color black and red? Because he's a shiny Charizard. So I'm a fan of those. Could host a break on a poker card. We haven't done that in a while. Ooh, I like this Houndoom. Well, didn't we just do a Houndoom? I think we just did one of these, didn't we? We just did a Houndoom, did we not? All right, let's see. I'm going to pull these down. Hype button exists as a like button that pushes to recommendation. Really? I've never heard of that. That must be new, right? The hype button? Tell me about it, Alex. Tell me all about it. What's this over here? Oh, these are cards we're going to crack. We got some Mickey Mouse cards. Have you guys thought about doing a break on Mickey Mouse? Bubblegum Mickey Mouse. I think I just bought one of those today. I purchased a bubblegum Mickey Mouse slab today for 250, I think. And I'm just going to probably put that away in my vault and save it. Bubblegum Mickey Mouse. So we're looking for a potential lightning break. That's what we're doing. Was there a Marowak in the red-green poker deck? There could be. Yeah, I haven't checked. Let's see. Firo. Could do the pristine Electrode. That's a cool one. I don't know if people would join it. I don't know if people would get excited for that. Besides, I feel like he would just fit into the live customs. I want something that's more prestigious. Something that says, I'm a lightning break. You guys didn't like Gold Star Umbreon either. I started a Gold Star Umbreon and it didn't move. And now I'm pretty sure it's going up in price. Isn't that crazy? People are like, nah, pass. Roaring Moon, that's kind of cool. I bet you this guy would move, but oh no, he's really expensive now, isn't he? The Cubone. We hosted a couple breaks on that Cubone, and then it got really expensive. You know, that's one of the problems I'm having. What can we host that's a reasonable price anymore? The cards I bought to do breaks on all moved up in price, and now they're not reasonable anymore. Let's see. Ooh, this would be pretty cute. How about this Snorlax right here? Ow, my neck. I'm Brooke. I'm sorry you hear that, Tammy. How's life going, by the way? Tammy, any interesting news? My favorite Snorlax artwork. Yeah, it's a really cute one. I like that Snorlax myself. Big fan. PSA 10 Snorlax. Let's find him. Here we are. All right. Whoa, he is kind of pricey. Yeah, he's kind of expensive. Does it talk about how many of these there are? It does not. Let me try scanning it. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna scan this. Let me scan this. We are. Okay, so he's not super rare. This particular Snorlax, he's not incredibly rare. I think I have the English version of him. All right. I like this card as the future lightning break. Let's get him set up. Let's get him ready to go. Oops. Meow, 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 meow. My wallet is full, but my bank is a little dry. You know, you guys could always trade too. If you want to trade junk out of your bag for something, just tell me what you want. All right. Obviously, I can't trade you Charizard for an energy card, but we might be able to find something. I got to know more about this Snorlax here. It's called Double Blaze. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me hit save. I got an Arizona iced tea and it was almost $1.70. I like this card a lot. But you know what? I think it's getting a little scary to acquire the ungraded version of it. Since the majority, they're probably going to grade 9. Yeah, this one says played. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. We're going to get a price on this guy. Well, we're going to sell it for 10 spots. That's what we're doing. 10 Snorlaxes. That's the lightning break. We'll see how he performs. For 1 in 10. I was learning about the South Carolina lake, Lake Kiowee, or Lake Kiwi. There it is. It's a really pretty lake. It gets its water from the Smoky Mountains. And you can actually see the Smoky Mountains in the distance when you're on the lake, in some parts of the lake. Super cool. It's north of the town called Seneca, and it's next to Greenville, South Carolina. That's the big, maybe like metro area that's next to the lake. Very pretty. And boy, it's kind of interesting. I learned something new tonight that I did not know until tonight. South Carolina is also becoming a no tax state. So Missouri and South Carolina are both attempting to do this. That's very important information. All right, let's see, because it adds to the number of places I might consider moving to. Pretty lake, but houses too close together, in my opinion. All right, you ready? So we have Mr. Mahasvara. Hey, Mr. Mahasvara popping in. He says, let's get 2 boxes of Abyssai. I should have a bag. Okay, looks like I'm getting some fresh boxes of Abyssai. I'll be right back, everybody. All right, here we are. I'm back. I'm back, and we got some lovely Abyssai for our friend, Mr. Mahasvara. 1, 2. Anyone eat tacos today? Tacos? Not me. All right. Do pink tacos count? Put this here. Oh, I'll put this here. SpongeBob. All right. If I want to buy a house in 10 years, I'll probably need 400,000. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, it's pretty pricey. It depends on where you live, too. Some places are cheaper than others. The house we're selling out here in Lake of the Ozarks is $170,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. That's not bad. Just shows you Missouri is still a cheap place to live. All right. Probably, I was talking about this in the Discord server. I was going to say, probably only one of the very good things about Missouri is just how cheap it is. That's one of the best things about it. It's just really cheap over here. Doesn't have a lot going for it, but it's cheap. Only 100K, 170. I bought it for 140. I'm selling it for 170, which is what the real estate real estate agent recommended. So 170, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. You used to be able to buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom for 60,000. Not anymore. Those are like 100,000. Yeah, a couple years ago, you could buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom for 100,000 in Missouri. Cheapest house around me is like 400K. Yeah, that's happening in a lot of places. People are spreading out, they're looking for opportunity. All right, let's get it. Okay. The goal really is to sit on a home that goes up in price, I think a lot of that has to do with having the land underneath it be valuable. Snipping this. So we got a whole box of these for our friend Mahasvara, 2 boxes. I have a theory in the future that, technology will change housing and people won't buy homes as often. They'll probably just rent. I mean, you're basically renting anyways when you get a mortgage because you're just paying interest. You're not really paying down the home. You don't really start, if you guys have never purchased a home, some of you guys have never purchased a home, the way it works, when you start making payments on the home, all of it is just interest. None of it is equity. Like you're not actually paying the home down, you're just paying all interest. And it's that way for like the first 10 years of the mortgage. After 10 years, then they allow you to start paying down the home. So it's pretty unfair. They do that because they know you might move. They go, well, we want to make a lot of money, don't we? So they do not allow you to build equity in the home until like 10 years later. That's how it really works. There we go. It's called I can't say it, amortization. Amortization. All the interest has to be paid up front on the loan. And they do it that way to make sure they make hella money because they're the bank and they want to get rich so that they can go buy a big house. All right, you're looking at 60 packs, everybody. Seems like I came in at the right time. Hello, Mad Boy. Boop. I've always only been able to rent. Sad face. I'm sorry. Are you ready? Why do you think so many people move to like states like Texas? Because if you look at Texas, you can buy a nice little house for a pretty affordable price, and there's tons of jobs. So it's like the American dream is very unaffordable in certain places, and then in some parts of the country, it's still going on. Some parts of the country, you go there, you get a regular job, like a 9 to 5, and then you go home to your $150,000 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. All right. Ooh, I think one of the hardest places is probably California. We are one of the highest cost of livings in the country, and I think it probably appears to be paradise. But the reality is, the years are going by, and you're not paying your house down that fast, and you're not investing in the stock market. So how are you going to retire? Now it works if you got maybe like a set of parents who are going to leave behind a multi-million-dollar inheritance for you. Now that's a different story. But not everybody got the privilege of that. I didn't get the privilege of that. So I got to build a retirement. 200,000 years of this bloodline, and I'm born. So here I am, 200,000 years later, and no one in my bloodline thought to save some money and give it to me. Damn, dude, greedy. 2,000 years later, 200,000 years later, however long it's been, no one ever thought to save up some money and give it to the kids. Have you heard of a paycheck house? No, tell me about it. A paycheck house is a house that takes your whole paycheck. Yep, I'm in the same boat, mister. Yeah, you are. Some people just got luckier parents. Ooh, chandelier art, alt art. Looking cool, man. It fits the theme, black and purple. Same boat. It was promised to you 3,000 years ago. I wish it was promised to me. I didn't get any promises. The only thing I get is, you gotta get to work, bro. Yeah, they've had all this time to put some money together, and they said, you know what? You're on your own. Figure it out. Here's an energy. So what will your other SR be, I wonder? Oops, sorry about that. You save up to buy the land, put an RV on it, then paycheck to paycheck, you work on building your home. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's an interesting idea, buying the land. You are. When Karis and I went shopping for real estate, we shopped in an area called Bridgeton, Missouri, or you could call it the St. Anne area. And in that area, there were many viable homes that cost $60,000 to $65,000, the whole home. And they were very often they were 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, or they were 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. And so you could just buy a cheap, affordable home. We didn't like it. It felt kind of like, maybe like a crime place, You know what I'm saying? It felt kind of like maybe not where you want to go walking at night. We ended up buying a condo in St. Peter's, and the condo cost 100,000. So the condo was 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, but it was in a very nice part of town, right off the highway too. So it was comfortable. That was where we started this stream. And then when we were getting ready, COVID had struck. We ended up selling the condo for 140,000. Wow. It was so important that we had bought that condo when we did, because we bought it before COVID, and we could have just rented. It would have been very easy to just renew our rent. We were living in St. Louis County, renting a cool little apartment next to all these cool restaurants, real close to a job. And I said, no, no, no. We saved up. We got to buy a house. We got to, because I told her we got to start building equity. I didn't want to be a renter. So I pushed extremely hard for us to save up and buy anything. I was like, we could buy the smallest house if you want, but we're not gonna rent. So that was a very lucky move, because within like 2 years, COVID struck. And then when we sold that condo, it sold for 140. So we made a little chunk of money that would be used in our new home. Hey, it's the Fenty pills. There we go. It's the pill bottle, the perk bottle. You save up by the land. I don't want to be in a city. I'd like to live like a little out of town, 30 minutes away. I live in the countryside, and it's pretty boring. There's nice things about it too. No traffic, feels real private. You're close to nature, too close if you ask me. But there's downsides, there's upsides. What do we got? Cold. I don't think you ever get everything you want from a piece of real estate. Here it is. All right. You find, it's a grass is greener kind of thing. The moment you're in something, you're like, well, I wish I had this. Oh, you pulled this guy whose name I forget, but he is the one who has Sill Valley. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, like the city has people in it, and you start to realize it's nice to be around people. Ooh, a little SR, another chandelier. It's nice to be in the city. Ah, yes, Mr.'s arch nemesis, the animals near his house. Ugh. More pills? These are my happy pills. Catnip, little town surrounded by big towns. Gladion. Yes, Gladion. Gladion sounds like a bathroom cleaning chemical. Use Gladion. Guaranteed to scrub all the bubbles off your walls. I don't like people because they let their dogs poop in our yards. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Now you're talking my language. I don't want your dog poop in my yard. That's why I pay a mortgage. You don't pay my mortgage, I pay the mortgage. Ooh, Slowbro. Look at that. He's so cute. Your dog can poop in my yard when you pay the mortgage. Ooh, very cute. So, no dark rye altart. Maybe in the next box, guys. Dark rye altart. Okay. Code. Code. Sil Valley. Arr. You guys want to see me open a whole bunch of poker cards? Yeah. I want to do it. I want to be on the East Coast. The East Coast. What's wrong with the East Coast? What is this, East Coast slander? Damn, dude. Here's Primarina. Yeah, well, they don't want to be on the West Coast. Toucanon. Okay, Toucanon. 6, he said the East Coast is bad. Here's Drill Your Girlfriend Burr. Okay. And here's I'd Be Like Oregon to Central. Hurricanes. True. Yeah, there's hurricanes. All right, tossing this over here. Some states have lower risks for sure. There we go. All right. Thank you, Mr. Mahasvara. Let's take a look in the cards. We got Toucanon. Slow bro. What you doing, little bro? We got Chandelure SR, Gladion SR. More pills. I hate this character. I can't remember his name. Zanibia. Xenomorph. Zombie. What's his name? I've only seen 2 tornadoes over in Central. You go to Central, though, and you got to worry about tornadoes. I've lived in Zarud. There he goes. How rude. Zarud. Here's Thievel. I think it's Thievel. And your Altart, the Chandelure Altart, and then another Zarud and an Armirage. I live in Missouri my whole life, basically, and we've had a lot of tornado sirens. I've never been struck by a tornado. Then again, I didn't live in Joplin, Missouri, so there's that. You really can just be living in the wrong place at the wrong time when it comes to tornado land. Like your odds aren't 0, but they're not high either, but they're not 0. Pretty scary. So 6 of these. Just last year, I had 3 tornado warnings. Just last year. Yeah. We had a bunch of tornado warnings. I locked all my cards up in the basement just to be, just to be safe. They're always so serious about it, too. They're like, this is the one. This is the one where everyone dies. It's like, are you sure? And then it's just like some rain. It's nothing. Okay, there we go. All right. I mean, this house is from the 1980s, so it's already survived, what, 46 years? This house was built in the 1980s. It's survived like 40 years already. Maybe it'll survive another 20. I'm in Rhode Island, never have any tornadoes. We have hurricanes occasionally, but we hardly get affected. There we are. I was looking at Connecticut. Did you guys know Connecticut, the state of Connecticut, is on fire right now when it comes to the real estate market? People want to live in Connecticut. You want to know why? They're trying to buy a house that's close to New York City, close enough to drive into New York City, but outside of New York State so they don't get taxed by Mom Donnie. Isn't that nuts? All the AIs projected Connecticut to be one of the hottest real estate markets, and in particular, the part of Connecticut that's closest to New York. How crazy is this? So I looked at the houses, little 2,000 square foot home, 1.5 million, and it's ugly too. Crazy. All just to avoid taxes. Just crazy. If you had only knew that was going to happen, you could have bought one of those homes early, and then you would have seen your houses jump in price. All right, he is Muslim Stalin. What? I'm in your walls occasionally. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Mahasvar. I really appreciate the big order, man. You got a nice all tort. You didn't get the dark cry though. We gotta get that dark cry. Here's Miss Beatrice. She says, "Can I get a spot in the Snorlax lightning break?" You're in. All right, here it is. We have a new lightning break. You got it. I'm in your walls occasionally, so we'll just let the ink dry there. All right, you guys seen this? You seen this trade break? You seen this quick drawing break? This includes encapsulation. It's just not encapsulated yet. I got to make her do it. That's the TCC giveaway, but we're currently working on a different giveaway. We're working on the Haktua giveaway. Here it is. So there's 4 spots in here. How many views do we need to unlock that giveaway? So it's not too hard. You need 68 viewers in here. So at 68 viewers, we're going to activate the Haktua giveaway. Smash that like button because it might help, guys, or the hype button or whatever it is. I don't know. Let's see. We also have. Aha. So some other breaks. There's a big one. 151 Charizard. You're not going to get another chance at this when it goes off because I'm not going to host this again. This is 151 English Charizard graded by tag grading. It actually got a 10. Wow. And there's 31 spots to go. You can trade cards to get in here. If you got a good trade, I'll accept it, okay? So Charizard. Ghastly. Nobody jumped in the Ghastly. He's not popular, maybe. I'm not sure. First edition Ghastly Neo Destiny. Nobody wanted that? Too expensive, maybe. I like it. I'm gonna buy another one of those. I'm gonna just keep buying them. Here's Snorlax. One thing I've learned about the table here is this table right here on this YouTube table does not always reflect the overall demand for cards. Like I tried over and over and over and over again to sell the tops cards on this table and nobody wanted them. And then today we just sold one of those tops cards for an eye-watering $1,200. Let me show you. So there is demand for it, and I was underpricing it on the table, and it still wouldn't sell. We were trying to sell it for $600 on the table, which I suppose felt like a lot back then. I was like, oh, this is a lot. But we just sold it for $1,200 on eBay. Let me show you, okay? You see my Topps card I bought? I did see that. Here it is. So here's a Mickey Mouse card selling, by the way. Here's Topps Pokemon the Movie 2000, and it's, oh, can you see it? And it's just like Pikachu and Squirtle and Meryl there, right? Well, we used to price that up here on the table for $600. Now sold on eBay for $1,200. Man. So sometimes when things are moving slow up here, I get the impression it's like unpopular, but maybe our community is small enough that it doesn't reflect the overall demand for something. All right, here's the quick break. We got the pack split. We got 2 pack splits. We got Tops and we got Fates Collide. Let's take a quick look at those. The expensive booster is the Tops pack, and you can see there are 5 spots left. 5 spots left. Round 4 goes off. That's been super popular. People like it. All right, that Snorlax is cool. You like the Snorlax, the new one? That's the new Lightning Break. This one's not too bad. That's pretty close. So there you go. Snorlax. Box breaks. Do you guys need to see the box breaks? Here they are. So the new Pokemon box break is Destined Rivals. This is like my #1 pick for Pokemon card investment. I really like it. So we're cracking a box of that for you guys. We got One Piece. If you haven't been paying attention, this is now up to 16 out of 32. Okay, 16 out of 32. And fresh Naruto's. Let me get that for you, Mr. Catnip. Naruto's. This is now 2 out of 10. Whole box of Topps Naruto. All right, off to the website. Yes, website orders. Okay, Mister, what's a good $150 range card? Can I buy specifically Pikachu or Charizard? Burger Chew. All right, Mr. Hawk Camacho, he says he would like one in the Marvel break. Nice. And a waifu shuffle, 2 waifu shuffles, and then 10 pokey shuffles. You got it. So he's entering into this. This is actually a gym break. $30. We need one other person. I'll write you down, Mr. Hawk. All right. So that's Hawk on 1. We need one other person. And then we'll gym break this and see who gets it. Now, the other thing he asked for is for 2 waifu shuffles and 10 of the pokey shuffles. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. What we got? 2 cold ones. No. 2 cold pokey shuffle. 2 cold waifu shuffles. The waifu shuffles. What does it contain? It contains waifus. All right. Before I feel bad for you, let's see how this plays out. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, hold on. Before I feel bad for you, because you might pull a big chase card here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just sent for the Marvel break. Nice. Gengar P9. How about one more? How about one more? How about one more? Ah, just the Gengar P9. All right, kind of a rough round. Gengar P9 is probably going to be like 25 bucks. That's not good. All right, grab this. If you could have pulled one more, that would have been good. This number is 001. I know what that is. You better not try, I'm telling you why. So here he is. Is that it? Okay, so $35 is a little bit better than what I predicted. I thought it was going to be $25. Sounds like you're contemplating stop streaming. What? What are you talking about? Okay, let me turn this music back on. Playback paused because your account's being used in another location. What's it talking about? That's not true. All right. Dang, that Charizard is hot. You like it? There it is, Charizard. He's a big one. This is the kind of break where whoever pulls this remembers it probably forever. You know what I'm saying? So this is going to be somebody's favorite pull, and it's pretty cool. I talk about the mathematics behind these pulls sometimes. This is actually better than opening 151, entering this break right here. Like, how many 151 packs can you buy to get one spot in here? Like, maybe 3, maybe 4. Are you going to pull Charizard in 4 packs? Very, very unlikely. And then it is also going to grade 10. Very, very, very unlikely. What's cool about this, if you think of it, 36 packs, right? That's like a booster box. And so it's like you're buying 1 pack for 60 bucks from a booster box. But here's the deal. In this particular booster box, you know there's a guaranteed Charizard. He is in the box. And not only that, he's definitely a 10, and he's already graded. So that's how I would look at it. Would you buy a booster pack in that box? I think a lot of people would. All right, what are we doing here? Reroll? You got it. Reroll in time. This will tick down to 30. It's not over, guys. He's going to take another shot. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next time that Gengar gets re-rolled, he will only be re-rolled for $30. So your re-roll is going to be $30. That's 6 spots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! It's pretty cold, man. By the way, these are your cards. Did you guys know that? In the Poke Shuffle, you are buying these from me. If you guys ever want to keep your commons, just tell me. I assume you donate them, but these are actually yours. So if you ever just want them, let me know, and I'll pop them in your bag. Now, in the meantime, let me put you in the second chance break because you had such a tough round there. I just saying, oh, okay, hold on, wait a second. So let me write this down. So this is going to say, why is my brain blanking? I just want to write down catnip. Ah, here it is, hawk. Hawk and catnip do not make sense together. There you go. Should have said hawk 2 in my brain. That's what I should have said. Okay, we're going to go to the second chance bag. Aha. Hawk Tua. This guy goes back in. Sorry. I'm sorry. Rerolls have not worked very well recently. Let's see. I just say in past streams I come in, you sound like you're not satisfied with views, are thinking of taking a break or stopping streaming to focus on eBay and stuff. I'm talking about the eBay thing because when it comes to pricing really big valuable cards, I get I guess you could say I get like gaslit a little bit by the table because I'll put a big card that I think is really good up here and then nobody buys it. And I go, whoa, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not that valuable, right? And then I put it up on eBay. Lo and behold, it sells for a ridiculous amount. I go, no, it's a good card. It's a good card. So it's about trusting my gut. That's what that conversation was actually about. All right, you ready? Yeah, it's about trusting my gut when it comes to pricing a card. I got to trust my gut. So my gut was correct. All right, so we're going to delete this. I joined the Marvel Hawk. Oh, that's right. We're going to be having this go off, the Hawk Tua, and spit on that thing. So we've got a click here. Eddie Morales. I'll take an Abyss Eye booster box. Thanks, Eddie Morales. That's the next order, everybody. You ready? So we got Abyss Eye order. Ooh. You know, I got to pay attention to this set, how much it would cost to restock it real fast. It's been out for just a little while, but it's also pretty popular, I guess. All right, let me just take a quick look at this, okay? Oh, oh, the price has risen. I see. Oh, oh, what's this? The price has gone up on that. All right, what do we sell ours at? Abyssai. So Abyssai will move from 5.5 to 6.5. All right, we're hitting save on that. If you already ordered Abyssai, you're in good luck. You got it at the old price. But Abyssai shall become a little more expensive tonight after we sold through some boxes of it. All right, so it's a hot product. That's the only way for it to rise like that. It has to be real popular for that to happen. All right, so we're going to leave that alone now. I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, we're about halfway sold through all these because it sold so quickly. Eddie Morales, let's see if we can get you that dark rye right now. Good luck, man. Mr. ripping his packs on his deathbed. That's right, to the day that I die. Okay. Do you think you'll ever stop streaming? Hmm. I really like what I do, so I don't know if I see that happening too easy. I still like playing video games. It'd be cool if I could get back into that, but that could be hard to rebuild. I had a good thing going on with Mass Effect, and there's so many kids that want to be streamers for video games. You basically have to pick one game, stick to it, and play it like 8 hours a day to be popular with video games. I like Pokemon cards, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's not just Pokemon cards. I like the marketplace. So I've always liked video games that involved an economy, you know, like real-time strategy or advanced wars or RuneScape Grand Exchange. I've always enjoyed markets. I like paying attention to real estate and thinking, how do I move into a house that goes up in price faster than any other house in the whole country? I wish I could answer that question. If I could, I'd just move to that house, but I can't. It's so difficult to answer that question. And so I'm like obsessed with the question and the answer. I'm obsessed with it. I want to make the right prediction. I don't think I'm probably in that house right now, but I'd like to be. But it's the same with Pokemon cards. Like, how do I find some way to obtain something really good? There it is. And when do you sell it? How long do you hold it? So I'm obsessed with that kind of stuff. So this is actually a good job for me. It's not necessarily the pack ripping. I think anyone could rip packs. Your buddy could rip packs. Your grandma could rip packs. You could rip packs. It's the conversation around it that is it's pretty hard to replace with me because I'm so passionate about the concept. Ooh, gonna check out Monster Hunter Wilds DLC when it comes out. I might not. I might not. I heard about it. When does it actually come out, by the way? I played the Monster Hunter Wilds base game, but you know what? I played it and I just sort of realized, hey man, I don't have an extra 5 hours a day to work on this kind of thing. I just, you can't do two jobs at once. You really have to commit to one job all the way. That's the trick for YouTube. You got to commit to one thing all the way. It's too difficult doing two at once. And when you look out, there's all these guys who are totally committed to Monster Hunter content. They're going to do a good job. I think that they should do that, and I should do this. I think it was announced to release in 2027. Maybe I'll just play it. I might play it just for its own sake. I don't know if I'll make a bunch of content or like, okay, guys, it's me, Game Economist. I'm back. You're gonna get daily news stories about Monster Hunter, and now we're gonna write guides. Now I've been out of it for a while, so I just don't see it happening. I'm kind of happy with it though, Mahasfara. I'm tired of playing Monster Hunter. I played that game for so many hours. Those guys who have to play that game every single day to make their content, they gotta be bored of it. They gotta be so bored of it, dude. But I like what we do over here a lot better. I like dealing with $100,000 cards. That's more exciting to me. Like, look at this Lugia. Let me show you. This is almost like a video game, but it's in real life. Like there's real life consequences. You get a high score in Monster Hunter, and I don't know, maybe you get like some ad revenue from it. but I made the right choices with these 2 card purchases, and this went from $13,000 to, I don't know, maybe 140. That's the last sold, although it was a really nice copy. Same with this Lugia. This guy went from $8,000 to maybe like 130 or something like that. That's pretty much a lot more fun than Monster Hunter, just repetitively smashing monsters with the hammer and occasionally getting a $20 tip from doing that. So this has been a much more engaging area for me to sort of play my game, you know, my guessing game, my game of making a prediction. I've done good with predicting cards. I've done good with it. All right, nothing in these packs dead. Well, they're not done. Mister, has anyone ever told you that you kind of sound like Herbert from Family Guy? Please, Lord, let me have a smell. Now I want more. Yeah. All right. Did you really though, mister? I don't know. Here's a cold one. Here's Sill Valley. Here's. Whoa! It's Drill Her. All right. Here's Goldfish, the snack that smiles back and then uses waterfall on you. Here's a cold one. Bro, you would do good in GTA RP. What's GTA RP? All right, that's it. That's the end of the box. You got one drill burr. So his name is Excadrill, isn't it? Excadrill is the name of a sex toy. All right, so you got Bastodon, Goldeen, Armorage, your girlfriend's toy. All right, cool, man. Your mom's playthings. GTA roleplay on 5M servers? People just stealing wives? What? I have no clue what you guys are talking about. That's going right over my head. Here's my famous Jason Page card. Here we have the full version of the signature and the "Be the Very Best" quote on it. So as you can see, it's worth at least $200 in signature fees. I was hooting and hollering during the daytime stream. You guys might have missed it. We were talking a lot about once again, we're talking about whether Jason Page is the worst thing in the Pokemon card hobby or whether he's just some guy doing signatures. That was a whole conversation in the daytime stream. We have an order from Mr. Carlos, and he says, Marvel Gym Break. All right. Marvel Gym Break. We got the gym break. That's all I see over social media now. But they were all of them deceived. Here's Hawk. Where's Carlos? Here I am. Mr. Carlos. Yesterday, or this daytime stream for Tuesday was all screwed up. It was so bad. We were supposed to go live at like 3 p.m. We were live at like 4:20. Blaze it. But it was because we were trying to get Streamlabs to work so that we could play music again. And it was just so bad because it ended up not working. The Streamlabs app is terrible. I just deleted it off my phone earlier. Speaking of playing video games, you can play GTA 6 when it comes out. I've never played any of the Grand Theft Autos. I've watched gameplay footage. It looks like you like steal cars and beat up cops and stuff like that. And honestly, I never played it because I never felt attracted to it. You know what I mean? Like I never watched it and said, "Ooh, I want to try that." So I don't like games that have to do with like cars too much. I don't like vehicle based games. And I'm actually not a huge fan of like sandbox games where there's not like a direct purpose. I like games that sort of challenge you to be like super efficient or like super skilled over time. Although I'm sure that applies to that game in some way or another. But you know, I just didn't feel the attraction to the game. Here's removes energy card. You've pulled that before. Here's Furfrau. Pharaoh Seed. Dang, dude. Furfrau wins. Round 1 goes to Carlos. Round 2. Oh no, you're so losing. Oh man, he didn't even pull a good card on his side. He pulled Ekans, but you got the worst card in the deck. That's Phoebos, and it doesn't get any worse than that. That is the worst card. Wow, dude. What a rough round for you, Mr. Hawk. Tonight's been a rough round for Mr. Hawk. Play Dead by Daylight. In Grand Theft Auto, there's a offline huge story mode and then an online mode which feels a little different. You're not missing much. Just think of all the negative things you can do, and tats the plot. Tats, huh? There we go. Games I'm excited for. I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront right now, so that's the game I'm playing, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it's okay. It's kind of like a pass the time kind of game. Like you don't feel very invested. I'm sorry, Mr. Hawk. We had to give you a miss. Hey, what's up, Starscream? How's it going? I wonder who Phoebos that was. Uh, yes, whose Phoebos was it? Can't believe that game's still going. So you're going to have a win. Now look at that. Carlos Chaveras just broke even on his card. Very interesting. All right. Carlos Chaveras, time to open up this box of Marvel Studios. Ready? Okay. One whole box of Marvel. Ooh, you guys ready for this? Waiting for Fable. Dude, I saw that Fable trailer and I was like, meh. If you like story games, Mister, just saying Outlast, if not Pokemon Crystal. No, I don't really like story games. Actually, if you watched my old YouTube channel, I really talked about how much I hate story games. Games where the characters are like, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the bad thing. Oh, we got to stop the bad guys. I remember when I was a kid and you'd play Mario and, you're saving Princess who keeps getting quote unquote kidnapped at Bowser's place. Oh no, Mario, I'm at Bowser's place again. Could you come pick me up? So, but anyways, that was the whole story. You played the game. There was almost no talking at all. And then you'd get Princess Peach, the end. I like games like that where it's real gameplay focused and you don't got to worry about the story too much. Probably also why I enjoyed Dark Souls so much because Dark Souls is the same way. Dark Souls is like, what am I watching? There was no like really strong story being displayed, but it was so well made, very fun. So I liked FromSoft. They're probably one of my top companies right now. I like them the best. They're making some vampire game for the Switch, right? Isn't that right? Peach gets Mario piped by Bowser. What? Tarkov looks interesting. Mario and Donkey Kong Wii Sports were legit peak childhood. Wii Sports. I was an adult when Wii Sports came out. Here's da 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 da. You got holographic guy. Is this the new Captain America or something like that? Man, here we are. Here's Loki. Wii Sports came out during our high school time. What you mean? During our high school time. When did it come out? Maybe it was because I didn't play it when it released, actually, Tammy. I didn't play it right away. That's actually true. I played it later. Here's a full art of Iron Man. There you go. I played. Wii Sports came out in 2006. Oh, so I should have been like 16 or something like that. No, you're right. Okay, so I was young. I think I didn't play it until I made this friend named Patrick. He was dating the sister of a girl I was dating. And that was the first time I actually played Wii Sports. And I think I would have been like 18 at that point, maybe. It's all very cloudy. The memories are getting old. Here's all right. Here's a hello. I'm dirty and what? Think you mean I'm dirty Dan? Here's a hello. You guys remember when people would get really hyped for Marvel movies? Is that still a thing? I like this card. You're gonna keep it. And ta-da! The Scarlet Witch. I'm the Scarlet Witch. Whoa, the Scarlet Witch. There we go. All right. You want this one as well? There you go. You can just buy boxes of this if you guys want. The Marvel Weiss boxes are $60. Pretty fun, huh? Boop. Thanks, mister. Last console I got was the GameCube, and I remember holding down Z, changed the song, and same thing again if you had 4 controllers connected and held Z down. For what game? Oh, for like Wii Sports? All right. So that's for Mr. Carlos. Carlos, you got some gradable cards here. You didn't pull the chase card, but you pulled some nice cards. Yeah, there's some chase cards in there, like stamped, I think. Let's see. Let's see. Did you say new bag? I think he needs a new bag, right? Or you're the guy up here. Is that right? Maybe you're the guy up here. You're the guy up here. All right. You're gonna need a new bag anyways. Okay. Mr. Carlos, he's got some marvels. Ooh. We gotta get some fresh slabs up on the table. What do you guys think? Fresh slabs up on the table? Carlos Chaveris. That's gonna say 6.26. Last console I got was the ROG Ally X. ROG Ally, like G Ally? Okay. What do we got? What kind of slabs we got? Did the Goosebumps sell out? Not yet. I only have one box of it, and then I'm probably not gonna restock. Probably not gonna restock it. Here it is. Goosebumps. Dun 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 dun. Ba-da-da-doo. So these have been selling pretty fast. $10.50 per pack. How much is left? I'd say we've sold through like a third of the box. So maybe about 2/3 remaining. All right. I guess there was a Nintendo Direct today. Was that right? I didn't watch it. Did you guys watch it? Marius Larson. All right, he's getting a spot in the Charizard. Were you able to find my slabs? Mr. Tyler, I didn't see them. I actually went down there and looked. We are. Marius Larson. Okay. Did you already have me put them on? Did you already trade them? Did you already put them on consignment? Did you already have me ship them to you? I looked in the shipping box for Tyler, and I didn't see him there. Ugh. All right, spot in that Charizard. It's gonna be back here. Gave me the heebie-jeebies. Kingdom Heart 4. All right, there we go. Put that there. Setting that here. Now, let's go and check here. If they were on consignment, they might be in this box. Tim, he says, nope. Okay, maybe Miss Alexis put them in a different box. Maybe there's multiple T boxes. I checked the TY box and didn't see Tyler land. John Lucas, Tammy, Caleb, Haymeyer. So you're not in the consignment box already. And it was what, a Gengar? And these were slabs, right? You're saying they're not like cards from your bag, they're slabs. Can you remind me exactly what they are? Here it is. Minister, I've submitted 5 expensive Pokemons to PSA through my local card shop. I took pictures of my cards front and back before I handed them over. Is there any way you think my LCS could scam me? Sure. They could just lose them or something and say, oh, well, we have no way to replace them. They can do anything they want now. They probably won't. But yeah, it's scary in my opinion to do that, especially with probably people getting paid like minimum wage or something like that. You know what I mean? There is an incentive to steal your cards. Time to get a Charizard. Tyler, tell me about these cards. So when was the last time you shipped, by the way? Let me check history. So you didn't have these shipped home to you. I didn't see them in the TY box. And it was what? You say it was like a Gengar and one other thing? Tyler. Clicking on this. Tyler, you last shipped on 5/3. That was a month ago. And it was delivered. All right. Delivered. Yes, they are slabs, T10 Gengar and T10 Old Maid Meowth. All right. And you received your first shipment and it wasn't in there, huh? Did you ask me to get those before? Like, how long have you been asking me to get those? Wondering if I already brought them upstairs. That's my other thought. They're not in this pile. Let me check this pile. I doubt they're in this pile. They wouldn't be in this pile. Yeah, they're not in this pile. Oops. So my other thoughts are maybe you've asked me to bring these up before and I already did. And now they're sitting around somewhere. Let me check over here real fast. Yeah, he's not in this pile. That's CS Man. So my next bet is maybe they're just in a different T box. Maybe Alexis had two T boxes and she put you in the wrong one or something. So I'll have to check for that next. Let me check over here real fast. Oops. I'm gonna check a couple places where maybe I brought them upstairs already and they're just sitting here. Yeah, you're not in here. No, I want to say maybe a week. Okay. Well, let's see. Maybe over here. I'm just considering all the possibilities. It's too bad because I was not super interested in this consignment, anyways, or trade or whatever. So now it's become a where are the cards question. Okay, not there. Yeah, I'll have to go back down there and start looking around. It's possible that she put them in the wrong box or something. Mister, did you scam him? No, Mr. Mad Boy, I did not scam him. How old are you, Mad Boy? Mad Boy, that's like a very annoying question. Mad Boy, not only would I not scam him, but it's just like those cards are like a meaningless amount of money. Like I could replace them like that. So there's no reason to scam over those cards anyways. But I wouldn't scam anyone. All right, let me put this up here. Mister doesn't scam. If it's any help, I remember you placing them to your right. Yeah, that sounds right. That's where they would have gone to go down to Miss Alexis. So she would have then sorted them out correctly into the T boxes. I just wonder if maybe she put it in the wrong box because I checked the T box and it wasn't there. You have a distinctive enough name too that she wouldn't have mistaken it and given it to someone else. Mister, sorry, that was a bad joke. Yes, it was a bad joke, Mr. Mad Boy. All right, so let me go over here. And so we're going to make a note that we got to go back down there and start searching for it. I will be appreciative of Mister after he replaced an international shipping of the original shipping of the Roaring Skies box. I don't know if you remember that. I think I remember a long time ago you had like a package and it got damaged, like a pole went through it or something like that. I can't remember. It was like a big hole or something in it. And it was too bad because it was like packed really tough too. It like went through an ETB. And I remember I replaced it at a cost of like $500. It was like a ton of money. But yeah, so it's, these two particular slabs are actually very cheap slabs. And I just it would be nice if they were just like sitting right here as if I'd already brought them upstairs, but they're just not sitting next to me. So we'll have to search for them to try and put them on consignment. You're also allowed to order shipping as well. You're allowed to do that, and then we would have to take care of your shipping immediately. TCC is the only rip and ship person I trust. All right, so let me grab this. We got Mr. JC. He says 6 packs of Ascended Heroes. All right, let's grab this. All right. Opening these. How's it going, Mr. JC? You were busy in the daytime stream, man. Keeping us busy over here. All right. Here we are. Okay. Mr. Isn't your generic whatnot scammer. Yeah. I remember TCC busting me out of jail 60 years ago. I wish that Dragonite was a 10. I think I'm going to start a new slab tonight. He is a nice slab, even as an 8. He's a rainbow Dragonite. Mr. saves puppies. That's true. There it is. I read about this in the Herald. Let me snip this. Okay. Okay. All right. Unless they poop in my yard, then they're out of here. I'm just kidding. Where we were talking about that last night, or was it the daytime? No, we were talking about it last night, I think. Yesterday night. Got a Keurig, and now I'm addicted to coffee. All right. Tossing this over here. It's fun for a little while. The coffee maker, it's fun for a little while. Then one day it stops being fun. You're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Shut up, mister. I'm trying to make you look good. Trying to support my only rip and ship content maker. Sweet. I remember Mr. saved my great grandmother from a velociraptor. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He saved me from a burning bush. I think you were burning some bush. Let's snip this. And we'll snip this. And we'll snip this. All right. There we go. We'll throw this away. Speaking of burning bushes down, how about the CEO of Bricks and Mortars? Ammon, I think his name is. His name is Ammon. I believe today they took the GoFundMe down. Did you guys hear about that? That happened just a couple hours ago, I think. They took the GoFundMe down. Here's Frostmoth, Weeping Bell, Poopachu, and Reckless Ben isn't allowed to talk about it either. He says, I'm not allowed to talk about it. Here's Executor and Regis. Carmelo Anthony found guilty for murder. Yeah, I guess there was actual video footage of it, so pretty hard to not be found guilty of it. There were people protesting that too, right? Oh, that's a cold round. Let me get you some bonus cards, Mr. JC. Mr. Can they just do that? Do what? Just tossing this. All right. There we go. All right, we got Ghastly and Charmander. I'm gonna toss you these promos. Let's grab your bag. Yeah, that's a pretty rough round on the Ascended Heroes. Take down a GoFundMe. I'm pretty sure they can. I mean, that's what they did. Joseph Haney. Wow, this bag's old. Jonathan Fernandez. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna put this here. Good. And I'm gonna put this here. The defense was arguing for manslaughter. So they weren't even arguing that he did it. They were just trying to lessen the sentence. Because, all right. Man, that's it feels shameful, doesn't it? I feel like you want the person who did it to just take accountability for their actions and be like, give me my punishment, whatever it is. I'm a man. I'm sorry I did it. Sorry to the family. But to fiercely argue like, oh, it was a crime of passion. It wasn't fair. He was defending himself. I don't know what about that like irks me. It's like I did this horrible thing, and also I don't want to have to be punished for it either. Something about that just irks you. I think that's why people don't like lawyers, because lawyers have that job of helping people get away from. Well, they do, they argue the case for the bad guy, but the bad guy gets to argue. That's how our justice system works, and it's a good reason it works that way. I really strongly believe in those original ideas, those sort of like Western ideals of innocent until proven guilty. So I feel like that was one of the great developments of law. Here it is, being able to argue your case. And so it's just, it's a system. Jonathan. But yeah, manslaughter. My booty cheeks. Manslaughter is when you've had too many drinks and you get behind the wheel and then you crash into somebody and kills them. It's really terrible, but that's manslaughter. Or is that more like criminal negligence? Is that considered manslaughter? But you pull a knife out, you start stabbing a guy with it. How's that manslaughter? Your Honor, this is clearly manslaughter. So let me grab this. All right. Just violent, man. What makes a person so violent, you know? Just out of control violence. I don't know what makes a person that way. Like, I have the guts in me to stab someone to death. I could do it, but I wouldn't do it like for just a stupid reason. You know what I mean? Like if I was at war and I had to stab some guy to survive, or my government told me you're the good guy, go stab a guy. Okay. Or I had to like stab an animal in the wild to survive. All right. But to just like stab a guy because you're irritated or like he's your competition in school, like what's going on, man? What's going on in your brain that that's okay? Or it's like you're short wiring or something. Like, man, that's the stupidest move. You're gonna go to jail forever. I don't get it. There you go. There you go. All right, you got a nice box, Mr. JC. Don't admit that. Well, I'm saying six. If I had to do it, like let's say I had to defend my family or something like that, because there's people out there who are too squeamish. They couldn't even do that. They couldn't fight to save their life. I'm saying I'm not squeamish. I'm not a squeamish type. That's what I'm saying. So if I had to fight, that's fine. But but that's very different from what he did. What he did was just sort of like mindless almost. Just sort of like, oh, this guy irritated me, so I guess I'll stab him to death. Like, how do you reach that mentally? How do you reach that point? What's going on? What's going on in your mind that you reach the conclusion, stab this guy at my local high school to death? And it's the same question, perhaps, that maybe you could ask somebody who commits like a mass murder or a school shooting or any of those things. It's like, what's going on with you guys? Like, just I don't know, like eat some Oreos and play video games or something. You're a kid. Why don't you just enjoy life? Here's Ampharos. Oh yeah, beautiful card coming out of Chaos Rising. Look at that, guys. Beautiful card. I had to look that up because he spelled it like the ball player. Mellow from three, bang. Same thing. You know what I am talking about. The defense said that Metcalf impaled himself on Anthony's knife. Oh my God, dude. Impaled himself? Wow. That's like that's like the doctors who have to like surgically remove like big wangs from guys' butts. And the guys are like, oh, I fell and landed right on it. It's like, no, you didn't, dude. What are you talking about? He came right at me. I just had my knife out and I was holding it like this, and then he impaled himself on it. That's such a crazy defense. Wow, this is a beautiful card. Are you guys noticing how good this looks? This one's definitely going to be money. All right, beautiful card, Miss Six. He impaled himself right on it. You are okay. All right, good. I could not live 24/7 in a small cell, not doing what I want. Yeah, I guess that's why jail's it's a punishment. I would hate having a public toilet in a jail cell. If I had a jail cell roommate, me and him, and we're taking dookies in the same toilet. Oh man, that would be probably the worst thing in my life. I can't even imagine it. I could not do a crime just because I'm terrified of, that's what stops people from doing crime, by the way, is being terrified of the punishment. So the idea that it's not even just the gloomy jail cell and the yellow jumpsuit and the shaved head and the bunk beds or whatever, all that's fine. The toilet, that's the punishment for me. It's the toilet. My God. Pat Gibbs, one trade slab spot. You got it, man. All right, the trade slab is down to 2 spots, everybody. Mister's a shy pooper. I'm a shy pooper. I love bathroom privacy. It's probably the greatest thing in life to have your own bathroom that you can say, that's my bathroom, and only I'm going in that bathroom. That's one of the best qualities of life. Like if you had to have something to work for in life, if and some of you guys are not experiencing that right now. Some of you guys share bathrooms with people. I know that that's probably more common than not. If you reach a point in life where you have a bathroom that only you walk into and only you take dookies in, that's like, I mean, that's literally the porcelain throne. That's when you've reached like a new status in life. Individual bathroom status. Oh my God, dude. It's heaven. All right, 2 more in here. I used to work for Coca-Cola, long days, 12-hour days, and you drive all over and you didn't go home. You drove all over the place and you took dookies out in the wild, you public bathroom, you just drop your pants and just start, thrashing that toilet. Take it, toilet, like that. So, you get kind of used to that. It's not a big deal. It's just part of life. But man, when you can have that privacy, when you can have just one bathroom to yourself, you just stink it up if you want, scrolling through TikTok. Oh man. And the toilet paper's never wrong. The toilet paper is always the way you left it. Can you believe that? No one's messed your toilet paper up. Nobody else's toothbrush but yours. No soaps, no shampoos, none of that girl stuff that girls like to put in their bathroom. They always have like 500 things. Just your stuff on the bathroom sink counter. It's amazing, dude. It's absolutely heaven. That's the whole reason to buy a large enough, home to just have that one thing, to just have this one beautiful thing in life. Something to work for. Take that public toilet, you take it. I love Bussies, and Maverick has the best bathrooms. Yeah, I've seen the bathrooms in Bucky's. It's Bussies. Oh, I wanna use the bathroom at Bussies. Yeah, they have an impressive thing going on at Bucky's. And it just shows you how people care about that kind of stuff. I especially care about it. It's one of my favorite things. All right, so the queue is empty now. We've got nobody in the queue. Lots of booster packs to try. Let me show some booster packs off to you guys. We got a restock on the Rift Bounds. We are real restocked now. We got lots of Unleashed, a little bit of a Spear Forge, and lots of Origins. Rift Bound, we got them. Harry Potter, new Harry Potter set, Quidditch Cup. I believe it's older than Diagon Alley, so give that a try. Quidditch Cup. Celebrations for 60. We've got brand new Inferno X Korean, and no one's pulled a Charizard. One of the best-selling Nikkei sets, Precious Nikkei. Dreamlike Oceans, we still got a decent chunk of that. This is a fresh case, Azure Lane English. We sold a box of this recently. It's kind of slowed down now that it's $12, but hey, this still pulls Pikachu Gengar. Serious business. Chaos Rising's the new pack. Okay, you just saw that get opened by 6. Oh, we got to change this to 6.5. So that's Abyssai. Abyssai has been a top seller, and it's not a surprise because the actual super big chase card looks really good. It's a good looking chase card. There it is, 6.5. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity Collection, 7.5. We got The Boys. Nobody's pulled Homelander signature. I'd love to see that. That would be a clip. That'd be a Hall of Fame pull, by the way. We got the Hall of Fame in Discord. Here we have One Piece OP16, the new Union Arena Chainsaw Man, which was surprisingly expensive and not selling very well. Once again, Union Arena. And then Brown Dust. This sells very well and is very cheap. Brown Dust is a booty butt card set where you get to see a lot of boobs and a lot of cheeks. All right, there it is. Those are some new sets. We also have another one. Another one. Did I already show this one off? Goosebumps. So we only bought a single box of Goosebumps. It's kind of like a limited time thing for fun, right? So when this runs out, it runs out. We're not restocking it. One box of Goosebumps. Give it a try. No one's pulled the hollows out of the set. Apparently there are hollows. Yeah, look for special cards and stickers, it says. All right, cool. So somebody told me this has hollows in it, but we haven't seen one. 10.5. Weird, I thought I made one of these. I thought I made one of those. Is that not in here? I guess it's not in here. I don't know. Where'd I put it? Chainsaw Man, great anime. Yeah, it is. I think my card's top tier for the boys. If you look at all the 3-suit ones, the piece of suit sucks. What? What are you talking about? All right, let's grab this. Ooh. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Put that there. All right, let's take a look at these slabs real fast. What do we have here? We've got Tammy's Sanrio characters. This is a double-sided card because it's rare. Okay, so this is the hit card out of the box she opened. And it's actually one of the better artworks. And it graded PSA 10. So it's pricey 180. Next card, we've got Pikachu, 2.5, $1,000, a very fair price. Take a look at these Pikachus, these legendary collection cards. The best part, it's authentic. So BGS has tested it for authenticity. It's a nice card. And then here we have Commander Cody Helmet. And it's this like 3D-ish, super thick card. It's really weird. Okay, that's Star Wars. Mewtwo 10 for $85 from 2022. Lovely. And the Netball for $18. That's going to be a free card. All right, that card's in the free card pile. What's this? Dragon Ball Z, Oath of Z SCR, an Anthony Haymeyer consignment card. Okay, a little bit of cards. Let's see. The boys, do I have anything to trade? Says Miss Six. I believe you do. We are. So in your bag, you've got some hollows, an EX, some hollows, an EX, energy card, Fan Rotom. If you don't like Fan Rotom, there's probably something I can offer for him. Mega Signal, Voltorb, and some more hollows. So this is what you have. What are you wanting to do with all this if you could trade these in? What do you want to do with all these? A couple of these. Fan Rotom. So the Fan Rotom, he might be worth like, I don't know, like $5 or something. Let me look him over. Yeah. He's thin on the left side compared to the right side, but a trade spot. Okay, so how many spots we got in the trade spot? We got 2 spots left. Let's see. How about I do the hollows and the Fan Rotom for the spot in the Bowser? Would that work? And then you can keep these right here for your next trade. This tired ass chat. Yeah, where is everybody? Start talking, guys. You tell them, Troy. Listen to these tired guys. Can you take the EXs? I can take them as well, but I don't know if 4 EXs really warrants another spot in the so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is about $2 to me. And well, yeah, I don't really want the mega signal, but so these 4 cards right here, I consider these to be like $2. And then you got these 3, and these are actually pretty nice. But if you don't want like stuff like Spiritomb, you can trade even stuff like Spiritomb. You can trade all your cards. You could trade the Ampharos, you could trade the Togekiss. They're all tradable for various amounts of money. I don't really know what they go for right now, but they're all tradable. But I don't really need the EXs. What I mean to say, no, I said that wrong. I'll be happy to take them, but I think that if you add them with some more cards, it'll be able to get you another $5 into something. It is. I'm gonna keep those. Okay, that's good news. Yeah, you should keep those. And I was just explaining that no matter what you got in your bag, we can always negotiate a price for it. I'll keep them. All right, sounds good. So what are you thinking? This is okay. It's not too many hollows. So it's just a couple hollows, and then Fan Rotom is Fan Rotom, but he's a little thinner on the left compared to the right. There it is. So I think he probably has a best shot at a 9. Is I want to keep the you want to keep the hollows. I got okay, you got it. Oh, you want to keep the hollows and trade in the EXs. Is that what you're saying? We can do it that way. I don't mind. Do you mind if I take the mega signal as well? I'll put that in the junk packs. All right. And so you keep these hollows though. Here we are. I didn't understand you at first. That's why you were saying you wanted me to take the EXs. All right. Sounds good to me. I'll just drop these in this baggie here with these other cards. All right, and you got a spot in the trade break. Good deal. That's how the trade break works, guys. Technically, you can trade for anything you want if you want to work a deal out with me. 6 is going in, but we make it simple with the trade break. You can go for a $5 trade in here. Hey, TCC, did you get my order? I bet you I did. Here it is. Oh, I haven't serviced it, but I bet it's arrived. Let's see what's going on over here. So, in refresh. Aha, we have Shayna. What's up, Shayna? It's going to be 2 junk packs. All right, 2 junk packs. I don't have a lot of junk packs left. We got 1, oops, and we got 2. Oh, there's like a sleeve in there. These are the $3 junk packs. They're made out of what? They're made out of junk. I sell out of these every time. This is a sleeve. It's like a folded over sleeve. Think it can still be used? Sent for the last trade spot. All right, the trade break is over, everybody. Nyx on Moraki. Hella. Kitty cat meow. We've got some Star Wars and some Hollow One Piece. Okay. Put that back. And opening this. Cocatorium, Marilyn Monroe. That was like a gift somebody gave to the stream at one point, and then somebody took the cards and they used it in like a re-roll thing, and then that eventually got basically abandoned. It is. All right, ta-da! Shayna. Shayna, your bag's so heavy all of a sudden. That's a heavy bag. Ta-da! Okay. Now, what's next? What do we have next? Click. We have Mr. Emmanuel, and he says for a Goosebumps pack. You got it, Emmanuel. Goosebumps pack. Okay. Win whammon. Ooh, somebody said they bought the last Bowser spot. Are you guys excited for that? And then I have to pick a new trade slab, huh? The trade slab's been a lot of fun. What a great idea. I should have implemented that so long ago. Praying mantis. Oh, God. Not the dog killing the kid. Snake from the TV show. Death. Literal death. Look, again, the back of the cards looks so much better because you actually see the famous artwork. Stay out of the basement. Here's the Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. This one's called Night of the Living Dummy. That's creepy. Be careful what you wish for. Reminds me of like X Files. You guys remember X Files? I had an older sister and she loved X Files. I always thought it was really boring, but I guess she was interested in the love story between the two characters. That's for Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, Emmanuel. Let's go find your bag. We got one of these. We got one of these. I'll put it over here. Oh, we still have to hand out this giveaway. So Mr. Arabi's card still has to be handed out. Oh, yeah. Okay. And we'll move this over here. Slappy was always a creepy puppet. Whoa, these are the remnants of the old look at this. This is the pokey what do we call it? The binder break. The binder break that never went off. Did you need a new bag, Mr. Emmanuel? Erky, Edgar. All right. So you're not in there. Edward, Edgar, Eduardo, Efren. New bag time? I don't have a bag. Oh, new bag time. You got it. Good. Okay. Pokemon. Got a Pokemon. E. Oh, that was terrible. Let's try this again. Emmanuel Martinez. 6.26. All right, we're good. Lovely. What's next? Here's Manuel Martinez for one more Goosebumps pack and 3 junk packs. All right, so you had ordered more of the Goosebumps and some of these junk packs. Ready? Those are the cards I was asking about earlier. 1, 2, 3. Look at how many junk packs remain. I'm about to finish selling these. They take so long to make too. They take forever, dude. I thought you were going to show them off. Wait, did I not show his cards off? What are you asking? Are you talking about the old binder break? The binder break is cool. It went off 14 times and then it slowed down, I guess. All right, let's get this goosebumps. All right, goosebumps. I did get that binder in, by the way. Did you guys know that? So the binder is in. And I was thinking of filling it up with you guys. What do you think? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Crazy. No, the Pocket Monster cards. Oh, the poker cards. I want to show them off, but we got to find an opening to do that. So we'll get an opening, I'm sure. All right. All right. These illustrations. Night of the Living Dummy. Chris and her twin sister, Lindy, always compete at everything. When Lindy finds a ventriloquist dummy she names Slappy, Chris wants a dummy too. As the weeks go by, Lindy gets better and better at doing her act with the Slappy. She gets work performing at parties, which only makes Chris more jealous. One day, their dad brings home a dummy for Chris. She names him Mr. Wood and gets to work on her own act. When Chris is asked to perform with Mr. Wood at a school concert, the dummy comes to life. He insults Mrs. Berman, the music teacher. Then he spits foul green gunk at her. Blag. Uh-oh. Night of the Living Dummy. I love the Goosebumps series. Apparently, there's a sticker that you can collect in here or some kind of holo card, but we haven't seen it. I don't know. Somebody told me that. I haven't witnessed it with my own eyes. Now, how about these junk packs made primarily out of what? Primarily made out of junk. So we got some Blossom, Battle of Sleeping Spirits, Senko the Skybolt Star, Steiner, Ace of Spades, Bicycle, Mickey Mouse. That's cool. Hello Kitty, some Little Mermaid, and some of these. All right. Slappy Slime the Teacher. Gross. I think it said I think it said Woody Slime the Teacher. Okay, here's Doom King. More Marilyn Monroe. Look, this is the Belle Delphine of our parents' time period. They must have been like, oh man, she's a slut. Yeah, here's Punch Out. Here's Checklist. Here's What a Hussy. She's one of those fast girls. You stay away from her, Billy. All right, and here's, hey, mister, I sent you a friend request on Discord so I can send you a video link with the timestamp so you know what to look for. No, I believe you. It's good that you tracked that all down, but I'm pretty sure it should just be around to somewhere. That's what's going to happen. They're just going to be sitting around somewhere. My bet is there. Here's a couple thoughts I have on it. It's potentially that you've asked me to get those before, and I did, and then I set them aside because you weren't here or something like that. So that's a very good potential. So if you've asked me to get those before in order to trade them or to sell them, it's possible I brought them upstairs and they're just in the room somewhere right now. So that's one very high potential. The second potential is Miss Alexis missorted them into the wrong box. Now that takes a while to check for because what I have to do is go through a bunch of boxes. There's like 100 boxes. So that takes a while to, it takes a while to do like an elimination search where I guarantee it's not in the wrong box because it could be in any wrong box. So it's one of those two probably. But what I didn't see is I didn't see those slabs in the correct TY box where they should be. And what we know about them is you were asking me to do a trade with you, and I can just easily imagine myself picking them up and bringing them upstairs already and setting them down somewhere. So that's the most likely explanation. Like, what's this? No, that's the expensive slabs. There's nothing there. Arf. All right. Well, look at those. On a slab? Catnip, that's extremely possible. Haha, now I see the video. A harlot. She was a harlot. She was a fast girl. All right. Here's Lumpy Space Princess. Here's Lugia. Here's Talon's Dark Reach. Here's Why Not? And here's Pikachu. That does make sense, and it's totally fine. I figured I'd just help you out. Here, let me accept that friend request. Wait, do I need to accept it? All right. Ooh, actually, this does help in one way. So I'm going to open up the link and see what day this was. So this was on. All right. So here are my thoughts about it, though. So, Mr. Tyler, it says this was streamed 2 weeks ago, right? So the timing of when you received these cards was 2 weeks ago. And your last shipped label. Oh, no, no, no. It proves that you have them over here. It was 1 month ago. So my brain was thinking 1 week ago. I'm such a goof. All right. It proves that they are over here because you acquired them after your previous round of shipping. So yeah, they're definitely over here. All right, very good. Yeah, we have to go looking for them, man. I'm gonna go ahead. We have to go looking for them again because I already looked for them in the standard box and it wasn't there. Let me turn the music back on. It's gonna be some annoying thing, man. If I move these boxes around, it's not just like sitting right here, is it? Wouldn't that be easy? That'd be so easy. But I don't see them. That does make sense. It's totally fine. All right. So what were we doing? We were doing something. I said Hawk Ma B. What? No problem, mister. Sorry for the hassle. No problem, man. It's good that you got the timestamps because that'll make it a little bit easier anyways. If they don't just like pop up when we look for them, if they don't just pop up, maybe that will help. All right, we have an order from Mr. David Moraes, who ordered 18 minutes ago, one Trump pack, one Merlin pack, one Goosepumps pack. You got it. All right, one Goosepumps. Look at that Goosepumps. We got one Merlin and one Playboy pack that has a chance for a Trump card in it. There they are. Check it out. Very good. Ready? So this is actually a vintage pack for those who have never seen it before. Vintage Top Merlin. And by the way, if you're just watching this show and you've never placed an order, try placing a first time order. Give it a shot, guys. Here's Hunter. We have a free card ready for whoever places the next first time order. Okay, so there's Hunter. And let's snip these. I replied to it in show and tell. All right, let's snip these. Snip it. I wonder if it's possible that I could have put them on consignment for you and they sold right away. Because maybe they were cards that I didn't want, but I said, okay, but he wants to sell them back to me. Let me just check for that too, okay? I'm just doing some problem solving. Okay, I don't see you in here. Just wanted to rule that out. Process of elimination, you know. All right, so here's Goosebumps. So goosey. Curious camera. Say cheese and die. Uh-oh. All right, dragging him through the fire. Creepy ass monster. This guy's trapped in the mirror or something like that. Big explosion or something. That looks gross. Okay, the goop. This bad guy at the library and the photos. Does Tag grade the Merlin stickers? Unfortunately, no. Tag really limits what they're willing to grade to just like conventional cards. So in the future, though, if they continue to grow, maybe they do. Hopefully they are growing. Playboy. All right, Playboy, 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 and Playboy. Very nice. Lovely. All right. No Trump cards for you. I'm sorry, man. He's in there somewhere, and he's probably doing the YMCA dance. All right. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for that. Let's see what's next. All right, we have two orders from Mr. Hot Camacho. He says he wants into the trade break. So the trade break's completed. And then also he wants, there was a $20 slab somewhere. A $20 slab somewhere. He's not sure what it is, but he knows he wants it. $20 slab, you say? Maybe in this pile, you saw it go by in this pile. Is that what you're saying? There's glow in the dark goosebump cards. Ooh, that sounds cool. None of those. Look at this nice Tammy card. Only 2.4 thousand. Easy. All right. So I didn't see one. Or maybe it was a PS, maybe it was a 9 from the 9 box. Do you know what it was? The left two columns. Oh, okay. Let me go through the left two columns for you because I would love to find that. This one's 25, right? Oh, Gengar 9. And this was Mr. Pat Gibbs, Gengar 9, $20. All right, that's sold. So I'm going to write that down in Discord. Okay. Pat Gibbs, Gengar 9. I'll say Gengar. Yeah, I'll just say Gengar 9. And we'll say it sold for 20 bucks. There it goes. Now, this also means Pat Gibbs has a store credit. Mr. Pat, Mr. Pat. It is. Mm-hmm. 33.75 down there, huh? Let's find out what he gets in his cut. $15 plus 33.75, which is 48.75. So up here, we'll say 48.75. So he's up to 48.75. And now this is Mr. Hawks. That's a consignment sale. You guys can even send cards in that you would like help selling. So if you want to send cards in to liquidate them here on the table, we can do that for you. All right. Thank you for that. Cool, man. The next order is, all right, the trade spot. So the trade break is going off tonight. We also have a new lightning break, which already has one spot in it, which I didn't mark down on it. So that is a very desirable Snorlax going up there. Mister, I have a lot of slabs in my house. Nice, dude. Very cool, man. That is your property. What do people really want these days? Do they want gigantic homes that cost $1 million to air condition, or do they want a regular sized home full of Pokemon cards? This is a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is. They're all in. So, as we know for the trade break is figured out very quickly. We don't use the custom packs. We just give it a nice shuffle. Somebody from the crowd picks a number, and then the person on top after the split pulls the card. Is Express PSA service worth it? Absolutely not. Don't do it, okay? Ask me how many times I've express graded my cards. Like once. I never express grade. I get all my cards done at the low cost, and I just wait for them to come back. And to be honest, they usually go up in price by the time they're back. This is too much shuffling, isn't it? All right, give me a number. A comfortable home with Pokemon cards. I know, right? Like I was looking at a really big house going, what if I lived here? And then I looked at it and I said, who's gonna dust this thing? Not me. It's got like 20 rooms. Like, oh, you gotta dust 20 rooms. 4? All right, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You ready? Pat Gibbs. What? Tonight's the night, Mr. Pat. Pat Gibbs. How about that, everybody? Oops. All right, Pat Gibbs gets the Bowser. Let's go ahead and update the breaks channel. Pretty good. We're going to grab this. We're going to head over to breaks history. Pat takes the Bowser trade card at 124 minutes. Cost of maintaining $1 million house is too much. Yeah, I actually agree with you. Yeah, low maintenance on a cheap little home sounds nice these days. All right, so throwing this away. Joints. And picking a new trade slab. Oh, yeah, trade slab time, everybody. This is cool. It's just pricey. This guy's kind of sparkly. Let's do the sparkly one. Bulbasaur Prism. What's cool about this card is he actually comes out of a Merlin sticker pack that I think I sell for like $50. And then you're not even guaranteed to pull a nice one like this Bulbasaur. So, and then he's already graded as well. So if anything, he's probably underpriced. That card's probably underpriced. So that's the next trade slab. I don't think I based the price off of anything other than what I wanted to sell it for, because I don't think there's any of these for sale on the internet. But maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm passing out, bro. Hey, what's up, NHCC? How's life going? Tell us about what's going on in your life. Oops, this is going to say 5, 1 in 9. Okay, so you can buy in directly into this break, or you can trade for it. That's the point of the trade break. We were testing out auction breaks. Remember those? Those are kind of cool. All right, he's up for trade. The nines box has really kind of reduced. Like it's split in half, man. We're so low on slabs is pretty remarkable. I don't think I've been this low on slabs since the last time that PSA shut down. That's the last time I was this low. Auction breaks are fun. Yeah, I agree. I think the biggest fun part of them is they undersell. I think that that's fun too. Like, ooh, yeah. Give me that card then. I'm going to delete this. Here's click an order from JC. He says, last round of 6 packs of Ascended Heroes. I'm supposed to save money for my family holiday. Oh no, man. That's going to cost 12 gazillions. Let's go grab this. It's looking like it's time to restock these. All right. Let's snip this. Okay. And let's snip this. I posted leaked photos of the upcoming Power World TCG in the main chat of Discord. Yeah. I forgot about that. I think that's a really funny idea that Power World is getting a card set because it's sort of like they're going to do better than Pokemon. You kind of want it to, just to sort of stir controversy, you know, like you want it to sell for as much as a Pokemon card in order to maybe like flip the bird at Pokemon a little bit. Like, take that, Pokemon. In some places, $1 million home isn't that much. Oh, yeah. So, what I was doing is I was like, since I can pretty much just live anywhere since we're full remote, I was just going to like cheap states like Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee. And what I was doing was I was plugging in like 1.5 million to see how big of a house you can buy with 1.5. And there's some gigantic homes, like 7,000 square feet homes. And they look pretty good too. And I was like, what if I just did that? What if I just took as much money as I could to buy, I don't know, like $1.5 million home somewhere? You know, you just got to get the down payment right. And so you buy this big ass home and then you just move into it. And I was sitting there thinking, God, I bet those electric bill and air conditioning bill is atrocious. And then I thought, I bet you those rooms get dusty because no one's ever in them. And then who's going to dust them? I'm not going to dust them. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, I don't know about that. It's like having a needlessly large boat. Like you don't need your boat to be that large either. Just an investment or something. They should get a Jason to make. They should get Jason to make a theme song. That's right. All right, ready? Isn't Power World kind of dead nowadays? I have no clue. 1, 2. And we got a 1, 2. I would hate to have a huge home, back rooms vibes. I never watched that movie. I have to watch that, huh? Is it good? I heard it beat Mandalorian and Grogu in the box office like within week 2 or something like that, despite costing almost nothing to make. Hey, did you guys ever think of jumping into here? No one's given this any attention in a while. This is the jumbo pack break. It's a 1 in 4 odds, and it's just a bit of fun. Take a quick look. It's got booster packs in it. It's Chilling Reigns in there, Vivid, Darkness Ablaze, Gem 5. We got some vintage, I'm sorry, some Japanese packs, some Jujutsu, some Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, there's a pack of the boys, Animal Crossing, and Final Fantasy. So that's a round of the jumbo pack break. Those are always really fun. It's fun to see what people get out of there. 37 to 42 boats are the perfect size for the Great Lakes with a normal sized family. 37 to 42 foot, that's kind of a larger boat. A lot of pontoons and tritoons are like 28 feet. Okay, you ready? Obviously, they can be much larger if you want them to be, but yeah, Tapu Coco, shower, kitchen, bed, heat, and AC. Oh, you want one of those boats, huh? You want one of the boats with the kitchen in it? I don't know about that. That's like a cruising around for the whole day kind of boat. That's like a cruising around for the whole day and then, you know, park the anchor and make love in the spare bed kind of boat. Here we are. Because that's got to be what people are doing on those. All right, baby. Now let's go make a baby. Oh my gosh, these have been so cold so far. Come on, let's give him a hot one. Well, Iona's Watrell's popping out. That's not so bad. Come on, how about one more pull? How about one more thing? Ah, you got Terrapagos. Oh, this is so rough. You got one Watrell. You know, honestly, one AR and 6 packs from like a packs pull rate point of view is not that crazy. 6 packs, one pull. You know, the trouble with it is the packs are so expensive that it's like you really want it to be a big one. You know, you want it to be some big hit comes out in 6 packs. So there it is. I got almost 5K value in 3 different artworks. We docked it all season and stayed on it. Was hospitalized under observation, blood tests, all my stats leveled out. What? Let's see. You're all tired. That sucks, man. Overstressed. We close to having kidney failure. You better not. All right. Watrell, Diglett, Mr. Jonathan. You can't be getting kidney failure and having a pokey slab in Slabaway. You got to stay healthy, man. I'm gonna come over there and give you Gatorade right now. What kind of do you care to talk about what kind of work you do that wore you out like that, or you don't have to? We are. Some people like their lives to remain a little private. Lake MI is no joke. A little boat would get lost. Oh yeah, the Great Lakes are huge. They're gigantic. In Lake of the Ozarks, I can see the other side of the lake from my window. In Lake Michigan or whatever, it's like an ocean. It's just as far as the eye can see, it goes out. All right. So thank you, JC. Kind of a tough round, I'm afraid. No big spicy hits in there. I'm checking the queue to see if there's anything queued up. All right, all right, all right. Looks like we are caught up with the orders, but that doesn't mean that we're done. I'm going to let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab some more of these, shall we? We are on Lake Erie, but it can get very choppy. It's the shallowest, so they say it's the most dangerous. The choppiest, like chopping, like Chopin. Here's Gabriel Gallegos with Heavy Cruiser Rune signature, 150. Here's who's this? Brandon Warder with Master Chef. Here's Pikachu Albert Austin. Here's the dog for Anthony Kalura, and here's Anthony Haymeyer. So I'm going to lower the dog automatically. Lake Earache once caught fire and burned for weeks. Deepest part is 210 feet. I'm gonna lower that to 120. Beautiful cards. Let's get a rotation. Lightning, that's a Tammy card. Here's Collecting Setsuna. That's a John Lucas card. Okay. That's Signature Setsuna. I think this is the wrong table for selling the Weiss signatures. I feel like we need like a pure Weiss group to get that card sold. I think he'd be better off with that on eBay. And here's Snorlax for $40 in case you missed out on the Snorlax. Still a chance to buy one, guys. What do we got? I saw my phone buzz. Mr. Pat, he says use store credit for a trade spot. You got it, Pat Gibbs. This goes down to $43. Okay. Good. Where'd the trade slab go? New Bulbasaur trade slab. Pulling the trade slab's a lot of fun. It's like, it's a pretty low risk kind of activity. There's not much to win or lose in it. So it's just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun, like that girlfriend you dated that one summer. And then it was like just a fling and it was over real fast. Boop. Let's get this behind the embryon. And I want to get this guy toward the middle here. All right. Now I want a nice picture of these guys. I'm not a party person. What? You're not a pretty person? I think you're pretty. Don't ever let people talk to you like that. That's not right. Okay, let's go to consignment and take a picture. Picture time. Good. All right, closing that. I usually go to Cedar Point every year, America's roller coaster. I'm going to go to Cedar Point every year. I live next to Silver Dollar City. That place is pretty neat. I've gone there a bunch. It's enjoyable every time. Too bad. The only downside to it is slightly further away from me, I guess. Like it would be nicer if it was just a little bit closer. I have to drive like 2 hours to get to it. What kind of mechanic, European or diesel or what? I'm a mechanic, but doctor told me because of my work stress I'm dealing with, my intense going back to the gym wasn't balanced. You gotta get some balance, man. Step number one, foot massage. You gotta get them puppies rubbed. We are. Here's Pikachu. All right, here's Zapdos. Hey, that's pretty good actually. All right, here's Fue Coco. I'm 2 hours away from the lake too. Worth the drive. Eddie Berto. So that's an Eddie Berto Zapdos 10. That's not bad. And then we got Pikachu here. This is Pat Gibbs Pikachu 10 from Trick or Trade. Really expensive card now. We got this Magmar. That's a Javier card. Okay, Magmar. Looks really nice. All right, let's take another picture. Meow, meow, meow. We are so low on consignment slabs, too. We used to have a lot. Okay, there goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Oop, flip that around. Get some more slabs up here. Bleh. All right, here's Absol. I want to hear some stories. Somebody tell me about something they know going on, or something going on in the world, or something in their personal life. I want to hear some. I want to hear some stories. Who's got a good story going on right now? I'm waiting for that Marowak slab to come back to the table. There's a Marowak slab. Here's a Master Chef, Mr. Brandon. Trade places with this. All right. Halo. I think these three right here being together is a good thing. That guy only being 145 is pretty interesting. Dooby dooby doo. 114. All right. I just had a bunch of these Umbreons rejected by PSA. So sad. They all got 9s. I'm waiting for that. Already read that. All right, picture time. Okay, good. Good. I was watching a show today called, I think it's called Squatters. Man, that show's satisfying. Have you guys ever watched that? It's a new show, just came out. It is so satisfying. I've seen clips of it on social media. That's how I ran into it. And it's funny because on social media, people will claim that it's like staged or something like that. But if you actually watch the show, the acting's like, if it's staged, the acting's way too good. It's probably real. I don't think it was staged. Let's see. I was 5 playing at my dad's friend's house and tried hugging a dog from behind. Then the dog kissed me with his teeth right in my forehead. Ugh, that sucks. I'm waiting for the poker cards. You want to see some poker cards? Let me check the queue, make sure there's nothing going on there. All right. So what you're looking at is a red-green deck. These used to cost very little. Now to buy a sealed red-green deck would be an unbelievably expensive item. So expensive. But this is just a used red-green deck. So this is not a fancy brand new red-green deck. This is a used one. The problem with used playing decks, here's the problem. When people actually played poker or whatever it is that they played, they ruined the cards, right? Because they didn't put them into they didn't put them into deck sleeves, right? They just grabbed them and shuffled them. So the majority of the time, if you want to buy a used deck, you're just buying destroyed Pokemon poker cards. That's what you're doing. You're just buying ruined ones, right? All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Oh man, one of my favorites, Gyarados. See ya, NHCC. Sleep well. You going to bed? I'm waiting for the poker cards. I prefer hoarders and my 600-pound life. I love my 600-pound life. That's one of my favorites. Here's Ninetales, Noan Tails, Vulpix, Magmar, Aerodactyl, Golduck. Thoughts on the red versus green? What's better? Obviously red. Haha, there's a Marowak. Let me look it over. This is a used Marowak. It's got a little problem right there. He's not bad, actually. That's one of the reasons why I bought this deck. The bigger problem is he feels warped in the middle. So I'll send him out and we'll see what happens, okay? So you keep an eye on me. I might have a graded Marowak for you in the future, okay? I could send him off to CGC to try and get a pristine 10 on him. Probably won't get one. But I can't send him with PSA until PSA opens back up, I'm afraid. So I've got one though. That's what you know now. I've got one. Okay. Gonna send an order in. I should be getting my PSA bill here soon. I'm scared to be honest. Shouldn't have sent out 20 cards. Here's Machamp. You know, I've actually had people ask me to pay for their PSA grading, and in exchange, they'll like give me some of the cards from the submission. So I've had that happen. They're like, I can't afford my incoming PSA submission. Can you forward me some money? That has happened before. I also had another scenario, and this one was kind of tough because I always turn down people who just want to borrow straight cash. I usually turn that down, but um, ooh, look at that Charmander. Although we do offer kind of like a pawn loan kind of situation, so that's a thing we do offer. But it's got to be you send me a Pokemon card and I hold on to it. So that's the nature of we use a system like that. It works. But anyways, I had somebody. It was really too bad. They were a customer and she was going through a divorce. And she asked me later for cash. She's like, well, I spent all my money on the divorce and I have no money left. She told me basically she had taken all of her good Pokemon cards to a pawn shop and used them for a pawn loan. And the problem is she was running out of time to pay the pawn loan. So the pawn loan was going to come due and they were going to keep the Pokemon cards. And she's like, it's, it's kind of a loss. And I had to turn her away. I was like, sorry, I don't. Oh, look at this. It's off center. Of course it is. I had to turn her away. I was like, sorry, I just don't do that. I was like, what you need is a credit card. You need a bank loan. You need to ask mom and dad or a brother or sister. But I was like, I can't do, just a straight money loan where I just give you cash and have nothing to hold on to. I told her, I said, if you had Pokemon cards to hand over to me, then we could do something. But I was like, I couldn't just give her cash and expect her to pay it back, and I don't have anything tangible to hold as collateral. So I told her that. I was like, I don't have any collateral, so I can't just make you the loan. I'm not a bank. I don't have any way to get my money back from you. Here's a weeping bell. It was too bad. I hope she found a way though. Maybe she did. I'm not sure. Here's Staryu. Pawn shops and Pokemon don't mix. Actually, we've had a variety of. I think we've had 3 successful pawn loans where somebody gives me like an expensive card, I give them cash, and then I ask, I think like 15% interest, and then they just pay that down and slab away. I might have one of those going on right now, actually. I think one of the things in the Discord server is a pawn loan that's getting paid back. Ooh, Venusaur. You get this from eBay or your big box. This is a brand new deck, and it's from Feebay, I think. What was interesting to me is I noted that the quality of the used deck was a little better than usual. And so I said, all right, I'll take a risk on that. Are you going to grade all of these or sell some raw? Almost none of these will be graded. I'm sorry, almost none of these will be sold raw. Almost exclusively all of them will be graded. Here's Pinsir. And actually, what'll really happen with these is these will be stored for like ever. So I'm already doing that. I'm storing tons of poker cards. What I'm doing is I'm just going through a big buy-up cycle, and then they will be graded and dripped back into the market real slow. Here's Aradon. Here's Sidra. Here's War Turtle. We've sold some poker cards before. I've got some used ones. Well, these are technically used ones. Oh, look, like, see, this one's not fit for grading, and this one could be sold. What is it? Oh, the Joker card. Pretty interesting. All right, somebody sent an order in. I got to stop. How's this look? That's really warped, but actually it doesn't look bad. Stanky primate? Mister could flood the market. I could flood the market, but I'm determined not to. So my goal is to set kind of like a, first of all, the nicest looking decks are just not going to be open at all. They're just going to remain sealed because the world should have some sealed poker decks as like a collectible in and of itself. So the poker decks themselves, like sealed booster boxes, should be held for, their ability to be encapsulated one day, like the way they encapsulate booster packs. I think they'll encapsulate other Pokemon products like the poker decks. So the poker decks will be kept sealed, and they didn't do that for stuff like Top Sun. Now you can't find any like sealed Top Sun. They just opened it all, or like the Cardos quest stickers, they just opened it all. So there's no sealed ones to look at. And so I'm determined to keep some of the poker decks sealed just so that people can enjoy seeing what it used to look like before it all got opened. And then there's going to be a ton of it where the goal is to drip grade it over 20 years so that I always have something to grade. So I have this big backlog of poker cards that can be graded, but the goal is to just grade a set amount each year, and that'll be some of my income. And then another part of what we'll be doing with the playing cards, I will actually be buying back some of the poker cards out of the market. So I'll be grading and selling some. I'll be grading and keeping quite a lot of them. And then I'll actually be buying some out of the market as well, which I've already done. Like I bought a Flareon and I bought a Charizard recently. So that is part of my goals as well, is to buy some of them out of the market. Here's Golbat. Here it is. Here's Pidgeotto. It's Pidgeotto. Mewtwo, Ace of Spades. The Ace of Spades. Almost done here. Usually I don't sleeve them all like this. Usually I just put them into the box raw. But I thought it'd be fun for you guys to watch this. There's Noddish. We could grade that for 420. There's Starmie. It looks surprisingly good. Here's Venomoth. I'm sorry, guys. I'm almost done with this. If you have one set you want to see get open right now, what would it be? Ooh, what do I want to see get open the most? That's a tricky question, because my answer would just be whatever's most expensive. So probably like one of the XY products like Ancient Origins. And, if you had like an infinite money button. But realistically, if you just wanted to open whatever was most profitable, well, that's a question. That's a tricky question to answer too. Like, imagine set A is technically the superior set. You open it up and you pull nothing, and then you open up set number B or letter B, and it's considered the suboptimal thing to open. But when you open set B, a big hit comes out of set B. So what was better for you, set A or set B? Isn't that interesting? So I see that all the time. People go, "Oh, I'm only going to open like Ascended Heroes because I'm going to pull the Gengar out." Then they go super deep. They never pull the Gengar. And the next guy opens something like Crimson Invasion, and they pull out, I don't know, like the Olivia card, or they pull out the Gyarados Rainbow card, or some other big hit. And it turned out the good luck that night wasn't Ascended Heroes. There's Cubone. The good luck was, some set you didn't think to open. So it's really hard to say what set should be open next. We are. Right now, what we know is Chaos Rising is brand new. And so, ooh, look at that Charizard. I got to see this one. This is the most important card. All right, I'm liking it. Condition looks good. Okay. That's what I was hoping for. I hope this guy has a chance out of 10. So I bought this deck knowing the Charizard was in it, and I just wanted to know if it was in good condition. If this one card grades 10, I did extremely well. If it doesn't grade 10, I probably did well anyways. But if he grades 10, it's unbelievably good luck. Okay, there's Machop. There's Golem. And there's Charmander. So I'm all done sleeving up these cute little poker cards. Did you fix crypto receiving? Hey, what's up, man? No, crypto receiving is not fixed. I'm so sorry. I am kind of a procrastinator. I have a lot of things I'm always working on, different things. And I guess today I did not work on that. Crypto, dang, dude. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. I got all these poker cards to look at. Okay. Where to put the poker cards now? Perhaps here? All right, so the poker cards are set to the side. Let's check for orders. That is a junk email that I got in like the last 5 minutes. That's so crazy. Let me hit refresh on this. But do you have a favorite to see opened? Do I have a favorite? Oh, man, that's tough to say. A favorite Pokemon card set to see opened. Let me hit refresh here. Well, I'd love to see Chilling Rain get opened. Did you guys know we got a fresh box of Chilling Rain? It's $17 a pack. Let me go grab it. I have a fresh box of it. We used to open so much of this set back in the day. This was extremely popular because of the Moltres in it. But over time, the Moltres wasn't even the most expensive card. I believe it's the Blaziken, isn't it? Blaziken, VMAX, all parts. All right, watch. Perfectly fresh box getting open. How nice is that? How nice is that? Isn't that nice? Beautiful. That was really cool to see. Thanks for showing. No problem. I've opened more poker cards decks than probably anybody. Look at that. My sealed collection of poker would make your eyes pop out of your head. It's pretty amazing. I worked on that for years, and now it's huge. And not only do I have a lot of sealed poker, I've got a lot of used poker. And this particular deck of used poker is pretty good. We extracted the Charizard out of there, but we still have all these to work through. And it's just going to take a lot of time and a lot of money to get these graded up, get the tens graded. So I look forward to that. And there will be people out there collecting the good ones from the poker decks. Just like that Trico sold for $650. You can believe that. Here's Commander Cody Helmet. Here's Ponyta. Oops. And here is Poo-Poo-Choo. Look at that Poo-Poo-Choo. Lovely. I got the Moltres. That was really cool to see. Yeah, let's see what happens if I log into Coinbase. Coinbase told me that I was using a standard account and that I needed a business account. I bet you it's not going to let me log in. It's going to ask for my password. Need to collect some additional information. Let's see. We recommend you open a separate Coinbase business institutional account. You can start this processing by following this link. Oh, man, that sounds like a mess, dude. That sounds like a mess. What do we have over here? So I have cash in this account. Oh, I better move the cash out. Shoot, man. Can I cash out? How do I get this money out of here? Deposit. Receive crypto. Deposit funds from your bank. How do I get this out of my account? Withdraw. Here it is. Withdraw cash. And we're going to say all of it. Withdraw now. All right, we're withdrawing our money from Coinbase. All right, good. I had a chunk of money in Coinbase, $750. And how about this? I've crypto as well. I have Solana. Oh no, I had Solana and it's down a bunch. I'm gonna choose to sell all of it. You know, if I hadn't have had that problem occur, I already would have sold it. That's too bad, man. All right, so I've chosen to sell the Solana. It used to be $200. Wow, dude. And now it's 150. That's terrible. Man, I don't know what to say. That is so bad. I lost out on $50 on my Solana. That's terrible. Let's see. Yeah, I want to send crypto. It's easier for me. You have to receive stable coins like USDT. Yeah, stable coins are nice. You're right. All right, let's go ahead and cycle through this. Ah, that sucks, man. Coinbase started hassling me over getting a business account, and so it kind of blocked me from logging in. And it just now allowed me to log in, and I sold that Solana at a huge $50 loss. Man, that sucks. So fix it this week, mister. The crypto. I will put it on, it's on my things to do list. I don't know if it'll be fixed within a week, okay? Sorry about that, man. Mr. Way Music. You can also open Kraken or any other exchange. That might be easier to just open something other than Coinbase. Is there a platform like Coinbase that's better than Coinbase, or would you say Coinbase is the best one? Because Coinbase is saying I have to open a whole business account, and man, it is such a hassle opening those accounts. I need like an accountant who can sit down and just do that for me, man. I wish what I'm trying to say is I wish I could pay somebody like $100 to set it up for me and not have to work on it. Binance is good. All right, guys. So, how's it going tonight, everybody? We just finished putting this together, and now we have an empty poker box. I'm going to toss this away. Should we? I actually received an empty binder, and we got to put some cards in it now. So I might go grab that real fast. Finance. All right, let's see. Yeah, once upon a time, we used to receive crypto, and I have since then stopped receiving it because they told me to stop using my account because it wasn't a proper business account. Now I got to open that account up, and I'm just not super excited to do that. I think I need to disable my Coinbase account because I think it charges me a membership fee. Out of the vintage pack list, what do you guys want to see get opened? I say let's open the good one. Okay, cool. So we got, check this out, guys. So here's my immediate thoughts on the binder. It's too big, doesn't fit on the table properly. I should get like a 2x2, like a little binder, because that'll fit on the table more easily. So I have to fill this out. That's my goal. We're going to fill this out and then we're going to sell it. Okay. It's going to be a big break. And so I'll start here with one of these. How does this work? Does this work good? One of these and one of these. First two cards. All right. Like it. Good. And I'm allowed to put anything I want in there. I could put hollows. I could put junk cards in there. I'll put junk cards in the back going toward the middle, and I'll put hits in the front going toward the middle. How does that sound? And then we'll just have to calculate the value of it somehow. How will we calculate the value? Like this. Like, look at this Knight of Queen. That's nice. That's a vintage card, the Knight of Queen. Okay. Oh. Sorry, it's not enough room for this. Like I said, the binder's too large. But this is still a really interesting idea for me. But money is money, I guess. You can always make a non KYC wallet like MetaMask. You know what, Mr. Way Music? All of that's pretty complicated for me. And I'm not that interested in crypto, but I will work on it. Inevitably, I will work on it. I'm not gonna lie. Bitcoin is not Bitcoin. Crypto has lost me a lot of money because the fees are higher than actual PayPal. So when I was accepting crypto through Coinbase, I was paying for a Coinbase membership for the fees to be lower, and then I was paying a higher I was paying a higher price for exchanging coins and liquidating and just receiving money from people anyways. So it's like it's kind of a bad deal. I kind of do just prefer cash. I'm not gonna lie. Like maybe there's guys who are like crypto purists, crypto cheerleaders, and they're like, no, I only do crypto or something like that. But I gotta say, like, if you don't have to do crypto, I actually do prefer cash. Cash is nicer to me. It's easier to handle and doesn't require an extra account that my accountant has to keep track of and receive reports on. And so it's one less account to have to do accounting on, one less business account, one less merchant receiving account to do accounting on, and then it's got the highest fees of any system. The highest fees is actually crypto. So as a merchant, you pay the most fees to accept crypto money. So there's some, like, maybe there's some examples where crypto is really good. Like one example could be um, it's an international transaction with a guy who can only do crypto. You know what I mean? So that might be one example. That's a pretty rare example. The majority of people are easily able to do cash. And I think probably what's the case is more like they would like crypto to be more of a thing. And as an actual merchant, I gotta say it's my least favorite way to receive money. Here it is. Do you still have the binder for the cards that we gifted to you and Quip? The binder for the cards. You gifted us a binder? Here we are. Put this in here. Gifted to you and Quip. Oh, you mean the donation cards? Yeah, we still got that. The one with the Pikachu on it. Mr. Figuring out why crypto is a scam. It's not a scam. I'm just saying it's more costly to transact in crypto than virtually any other payment processing system. It is the most expensive system to transact in, and so I'm not like super motivated to work on it. Again, like I was paying like a membership fee to have lower transaction fees on Coinbase, and I think I still have to cancel that actually. I think it's still running. And so I was paying this membership fee just so that, when I received something like Bitcoin, when I wanted to transfer it into cash, when I wanted to sell, the fee wouldn't be as high when I do that. And maybe part of that is just actual maybe part of that is just Coinbase themselves charging a fee to make money. Like PayPal charges a 3.5% fee, right? So, processing companies like to charge fees, except for Zelle. Zelle doesn't. Zelle's really good. Zelle is zero fees. That's why we like Zelle, everybody. Zelle's good. Zelle is zero fees. But I would like sell off, whatever it was, Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's a couple that people would use, and then I'd see the fee, and my eyes would pop. I'm like, why is that so high? And then Coinbase would be like, oh, but it's lower if you buy a membership. So I was like, all right, well, we're receiving enough crypto that we better buy this membership to lower the cost. Now, like I said, maybe that's just me being, an idiot. Like I don't understand how it all works. That, oh, I should have been using, this wallet over here, that wallet, this platform, that wallet. Like he mentioned Binance. Maybe I should be using Binance. That's something for me to figure out. But I suspect it's still going to be pretty expensive, even at that, even if I figure all that stuff out. And then one of the biggest expenses of all is if you're holding on to some of the crypto and it happens to crash. I figured in the long run, it will go up sometimes, it will go down sometimes, but it's actually kind of just gone down for a while. That's part of the problem is it's just kind of gone down for a while. So it would be nice if I opened that app and logged back in after, I don't know what it's been, like a month. And Solana had gone up 50% or 15 or 10%. But no, it didn't do that. It fell actually. And so I just lost money liquidating and they charged me a fee for liquidating it. So it went down in price and I liquidated it and lost money that way too. And so it's just sort of like, dang, dude, I could just receive money on PayPal and pay a simple 3% fee. It's so much easier. And again, it's easier to do accounting on that as well. Oops. It's easier to do accounting on that as well. Is this not cool? Look at this, guys. How cool is this? Wow, that's cool as heck. We should have been doing this the whole time. Of course, I'm realizing also to fill this binder out is going to cost so much money. Unless we just use cheap cards the whole time, this is going to cost a lot of money. But that looks cool, man. Oh, I see the sun's coming up. There you go. Bitcoin and crypto and all those have been very good to me for a while. We received a lot of orders because we were accepting crypto. So we got to figure it out because there are guys out there that just want to use crypto. But like I said, I got to say, I'm not super motivated to do it. They've been so financially punishing. Um, it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. We are. I wish that the cost of transacting in cryptos was as low as it is to just use like PayPal. It is. Then it would be a lot more interesting. And you're right. I could totally just use a stable coin. That's fair enough as well. We are. But the guys who actually want to pay with crypto, they don't always want to use a stable coin. They say, nah, I'm sitting on Solana, so I'd like to send you a bunch of Solana. Actually, one of the cryptos I received the least of is actual stable coins. So like USDT or whatever it's called. I almost never receive that. I always receive just a couple. It's usually Solana, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Those are the big ones. I receive the most of those. All right. Cool. So that was some of the binder break going in there. I think this would be really cool to fill out. Oops. So I think this would be really cool to fill out. And then we'll host a break on it. And whoever wins, I ship the folder to them. How does that sound? Does that sound cool? I think that sounds hella cool, man. That's base set Ratata, by the way. That's an actual vintage card. Okay. All right, but I think it'll take a lot of cards to fill that binder out. I think the goal would be to have a binder break that's like $200, but that might not be enough money to fill the whole binder. I own a pump fund coin because I was bored. Stablecoins are hard to manipulate and are more regulated, and less people want to use crypto. Less people who want to use crypto want to use them. Maybe it's because people who are generally into crypto are waiting for it to like go to the moon, and a stable coin's not going to do that, is it? So it's like, if you're not going to convert your crypto into cash, you're just converting it into a stable coin. It's it's not a lot different from just converting it into cash, is it? It's just sort of like, so you're keeping it in crypto for crypto's own sake at that point. I think that's my perception on it. You're keeping it as crypto for crypto's own sake. All right, let's see. So that is going to be the end of the stream. I think we're at 170 minutes, but there are no orders in the queue. It's been a nice little Tuesday stream. Tuesday's generally a slow day. We know that. So we're going to wrap it up here for Tuesday, and we're going to go to bed and hit the stream for Wednesday. You guys excited for Wednesday? I'm so excited. Today is Wednesday, right? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. All right, cool. I'm gonna go hit the hay, and I'll be back to hopefully show off a PSA return. PSA returns coming in any day now, guys. It could be tomorrow, could be Thursday. Hopefully tomorrow, though. That'd be really nice if it was tomorrow. So I'll see you guys there for the next stream for Wednesday. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice night.